way I was always in denial of what I saw right in front of me. And every time I'm so damn lost to what I loved and what I lost. But let's get lost in love tonight. Hear a second voice inside my head. It's telling me to stay the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be forever, forever. Wait another day to clear my thoughts, so jump into a love that won't be forgotten. Forever, forever. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Don't wanna run away with you. Let's run away together. Let's run away. Let's run away together. Let's run away. Swear we'd never say goodbye. Fall asleep to lullabies with something that I thought I'd never find. And what is right and what is wrong, and all I ever saw was love. But let's get lost in love tonight. Hear a second voice inside my head. It's telling me to stay the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be forever, forever. Wait another day to clear my thoughts, so jump into a love that won't be forgotten. Forever, forever. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Wait another day to clear my thoughts, so jump into a love that won't be forgotten. Forever, forever. Let's run away together.
Hello, everybody, it is us. We are back. Cracked Media MultiVersus single number 1313. For those that didn't really get it, I apologize. It is I, Quang, here with my bestest of friends. CJ, how are you doing?
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure to be back once again. Pleasure to be with you again, Quang. It's very good to see
Someone
you.
clip
I
it.
hope you're doing well.
Someone clip it. He
You are,
said it.
you are so desperate for any kind of praise. I'm really excited for this week. Obviously we have a new character that's come
Yeah.
out. From what I hear, totally balanced and not at all a problem.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that I know about the new character, is that she is perfectly balanced. Honestly, it fits really well into the cast of characters and their current power levels.
Would you
Uh,
consider them an honest hero?
I mean, I've never heard her tell a lie. Is really, uh, so
Maybe your insight's just bad.
that is also very possible. I'm a
Very
very
possible.
trusting. I'm a very trusting individual. So you know, Nubia is out for this tournament, so we may be seeing a little bit of her today. Um, I mean, really, I mean, she's looked really good. The question really is if anybody picks her up, how comfortable are they with her movement? Sometimes when you pick up a new character, especially when your hands are so used to a different one, uh, just some of those hits don't land right. Some of those hits just whiff, and despite being very good, her whiffs are still a little bit scary for Nubia, especially against characters like Harley, who have recently gone massively buffed. Uh, Characters like Superman and players like Anthos are definitely going to be the type of people you need to really watch out for. Misty C, Shirogane,
Hmm.
all these. I mean, when you have the caliber of players that show up to these tournaments, it really is one of those things where you have to watch out for the small things. It's the small things that really get you. Like I found out last week.
Nope, absolutely, absolutely. I wasn't gonna mention it, but if you're gonna bring it up, then that is on you. I'm looking at Nubia's perks right now. Very interesting, very sort of status related. Either landing uh stun on enemies, which can be devastating
Yeah.
if paired with a proper knockback combo. And you've got Staff Mastery, which can apply Shocked as well. We don't see a lot of Shocked, I feel. We see a little bit of stun every now and again, but I feel like Shocked is one of those status effects that isn't really utilized, at least in the kits that we see.
Yeah, I like the character that really comes to mind would be like Black Adam, but we don't see a lot of Black Adam in our
No, we
tournaments.
don't. Um,
I'm trying to think of another one, but off the top, that's like the big one off the top of my head.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine people are going to be going if they use the signature perks. I imagine Cold Sight will be what's used. Being able to hit that stun consistently throughout a match could absolutely rack it up, as opposed to just getting a little bit of a damage buff.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
like yeah, I know nothing. I haven't even seen the character yet. I so it's gonna be interesting. Obviously, there's some other perks as well that have been added to the game, so we might see a couple of those adding in. But our bracket has been finalized and matches are getting underway. Just to give a little bit of a rundown of what we have Shafnizzle going up against Penalgus. The winner of that will go up against Gritaku. Penalgus is someone I don't think we've seen before. Icy Gobert is back, going up against Fix the Service. Gorify and Osa Chaos will be going up against one another. We're going to try and see if we can load into that match. We've got Kal-El going up against Lust in match D, and the winner of that will go on to face Carry TF. So very good luck to them. Crahorn, I never know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Their match has just gotten started up against Mini Pro. Well, it's Bobo is going up against Clouds Cracked. Asana is going up against Veteran, and the winner of that will be facing Mots in their next round. Obliged Globe is going up against Mod Z. Mod
Mods, yeah.
with a capital Z. Don't get that confused with Mot Z. Um, so that'll be an interesting one to call if those two go
Yeah,
up against one
future
another.
CJ, make sure that you can keep it.
Yep. That's gonna suck. Ethan Stew is going up against Clark. Mohawk is going up against Virgo, and the winner of that will be going up against Dark Knight. Malignant Auto is going up against Akudo, which I believe is also a relatively new name, at least for Crack
Yeah.
Media. And Conehead Art is going up against Briar. So we have a pretty interesting lineup so far. It's a little bit of a smaller tournament. It's a bit of a quieter week for us, but the people that we do have, I mean, we've got Chef Nizzle, Gritaku, Kal-El.
Yeah.
Bobo, IC coming back as well. So we still do have a lot of very interesting names. We're gonna load into Sky Arena right now with MultiVersus. I wish that looks
It's
like a
Finn.
Finn to me.
Yeah,
That's
that's
weird.
Finn. It's gonna be Gorfai on the on the Morty with Osakaos on the Finn. It's Grassblade Finn. Grass Finn? I don't remember the canon name.
I never watched Adventure Time, so
Oh my god, you need to watch Adventure Time.
I was never a TV guy. I was always a
I mean,
movies guy.
sure.
So.
I mean, that's fair. I won't say that, but we're loading into the match. We really need to see if Morty can kind of box out the Finn, as we know after watching so many Flacoco sets, that Finn has a really good job once he can stick onto you getting those kills. It really just forces characters off into those blast zones. But if Mori's able to box out the Finn, gain a little bit of distance, he is able to rack up a lot of damage and set up for those kills. But right now, it is in Finn's court. Mori's really just fighting to stay in the middle of the stage.
No, absolutely. Here, Morton's going to try his best to use those projectiles to the best of his ability, try and litter the field, create a little bit of space, but Finn is closing the distance incredibly well. The lunges that he's able to perform with those swords, it really does. It's large amounts of damage over a longer period of time. It's very much an endurance playstyle, which Morty doesn't really have the answer for. As we see that first elimination a minute into the matchup, 20 on the Finn currently. It is all about Finn right now.
Finn's doing a really good job of using that dash attack. You see right there, that shoulder charge, which will eat all of these projectiles on the way in. And unfortunately for Glorified, it's just really catching good timings where Morty is throwing out those grenades, leaving Morty completely vulnerable, but Glorified finding a little bit of rhythm, still needs to collect that first stock though.
He was able to get a little bit of a juggle off with the upward explosive there. It does seem to be like the move that is getting the most value. Finn is now definitely in kill range, looking at 102 on the heat, but Morty caught up again, trying to get those projectiles off, but I feel like the split second it takes for him to line up those projectiles is allowing Finn to get in behind, get a couple of backstabs in. The timing on Finn's dodges are absolutely insane. There's the elimination we wanted to see from Gorify. 77-0, one stock apiece. It's taken about a minute for Gorify to get that. He really needs to catch up here.
Yeah, it's this really rough situation for Morty, where Finn's really found his rhythm, really figured out kind of when the projectiles are going to come out. But the problem is that now, ooh, look at that, eating the grenade, finding the moment that Morty wants to dodge and just hitting him into the air over and over again. Unfortunately for Glorify, it means that he has slower normals basically in the face of a sword over and over again. Racking up another 100, but able to clean up that stock well.
He's not done too bad in climbing up on the damage here. Already got Finn up to 57, and we've got the overburn as well. That chip damage has slowly been getting to Finn, sort of bringing him down slowly. Finn desperately now needs to try and look for the elimination. It does look like Gorify has completely switched the momentum of this matchup. There is the elimination from Finn there, but at 93, Morty definitely looks like to be the favorite to win this first in the series. Playing it very nice and slow, waiting out Finn's shield, very good, creating that space. There's the aggression from Finn that got the early lead, but Morty able to read it, and there is the elimination.
Did you see what Gorify did there? Gorify used the grenade as bait.
Wow, can't believe you fell for that one.
Gorify used the grenade as bait.
You barely even struggled.
Baiting out that charge because he wanted to eat that projectile. He wanted to eat the grenade. Didn't use the dirt. He didn't flip Finn up right away. He held it because he wanted to wait for Finn to have to force himself into an option. Then pops him up, gets the kill. Gorify did a really good job of adjusting his gameplay between stock 1 and stock 3.
Absolutely. I mean, Gorify is known for being able to adapt on the fly. We're going to be sticking with the multi-fin combo here, going back scaring for round 2. It did really look like Osa Chaos had the Osakos, apologies, had the momentum going in, but I do think the littering of the field with those projectiles, giving them a lot to worry about, meant that
Don't worry,
Finn had to
I'm my
play
own
very
security
rhythmically,
detail.
and that made it easier and easier for them to read. Second round is going to be underway, both playing it nice and slow on the early, and once again, Gorify with the aggressive opening.
Yeah, I think right now what ended up happening is that Osaka's was giving Gorify just like a little bit too much room. You see that soldier's only as good as it lands. It is laggy right afterwards. And as it's been Finn's main approach option, and cleaning up a stock, barely taking any damage. This is a complete reverse from game 1.
Incredibly early elimination there, and it looks like they could be going for another one, playing very close, securing that edge guard. Finn is able to break out of it, but they're attempting to get a juggle combo out. Finn was able to escape it, and now they're going to really push on the aggression, but Gorify is able to dodge out of that that backpack spin, a deadly move we've seen time and time again. There is the juggle, using the shockwave to line them up. And again, the overburn is going to slowly chip away at Finn. It does really feel like Gorify was able to get the parry there. Feels like he's absolutely run away with it once again.
It is actually... Gorify woke up. Somebody also had a monster. And just completely woke up. Realized that he was in a tournament. It wasn't just a dream. Now he's playing. His fingers are moving on the controller. And he's getting these stocks back to back. But Osakos was able to secure his first stock without taking too much damage. Hopefully he's able to maintain that low percent while being able to get into the Morty, get the momentum back in his favor and take this game 2. But currently just getting pushed into the corner over and over again by the Morty pressure. As Gorify opens up the Finn. Oh, this is looking real rough.
It's looking incredibly rough. Both of these guys are very good at the dodging, but it is those tiny openings that allows for Gorify to come in and stack up the damage. Finn finally able to get a couple of hits on Morty here, but the damage is just not enough to equalize. Finn now on 106. Again, the use of that overburn from the up attack there. Absolutely, the chip damage has stacked in such a way that we could be looking at game over here. 116 to 21, 2 stocks to 1, 4 minutes 20 on the clock. This could be over any minute. There is the dodge into the side elimination, and Gorify runs away with it with a 2-0 sweep.
Crazy that Gorify quite literally got wrecked his first stock, and something awoken in him. Something... He remembered how to play the game, was able to climb back, win game 1. Game 2 kept that momentum going, kept that lead as much as possible, and led to a 2-0 victory. What more can you ask for when you're playing in a tournament? Once everything goes right for you, you kind of have to take advantage of it. And Gorify, the Morty, was able to do all of that.
No, incredibly. Obviously, Osakos is not out of this yet. They will be moving down to our lower bracket for a second opportunity to make their way to the grand finals. But Gorify is going to move right on to round 2, and you know it's going to wait for their next opponent elsewhere on the bracket to keep you guys up to date as I very quickly refresh the page because my internet's very slow tonight. I apologize. Shaf, Nizzle, and Penalgus are 1 point apiece in their matchup. I see Gobert, who's gotten a point up on Fix the Service, and they are currently in round 2. Krahorn, I'm just going to say that, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. Was able to win against Mini Pro in a 2-0 sweep. So they have moved on to round 2 as well, awaiting their opponent. Mods and has gotten a point up against Obliged Globe. They're currently in their second round. It looks like Clark was able to get a point up on Ethan Shu. Malignant also was able to get a point up on Sakudo. And Conehead was able to get a point up on Brayar. Elsewhere on the bracket, Fixer Service has just gotten a point against Icy Gobert. That has now taken it to 1 apiece.
I'm kind of interested in seeing Mott's play. It has been brought to our attention about those Harley buffs. Uh, Harley, it felt like they did a little bit of dirty to Harley last patch. And these feel like bringing the world right again, making sure Harley doesn't feel as slow, has a little bit more options. And what Harley player other than Mott's would take advantage of all those new opportunities that their character can take. He is currently waiting in winners round 2 for the winner of Osana and veteran Hacker. But I'm excited to see what Mott's can do this week. Anybody
No,
you're excited of seeing, CJ?
honestly, I'm intrigued to see how far IT will go. Obviously, they've had a couple of weeks away from Cracked, so I'm really interested to see if they sort of bring it back because they were on a bit of a hot streak last time we saw them. They are pulling out the Aria for their third match. It looks like, um, they initially went for the Shaggy as I'm looking at the report of the setups, but then switched over to Arya once Superman got a point. So yeah, IC is probably one of the people I'm keeping an eye on. Clark has just won their matchup against Ethan Shu, using Wonder Woman, so they've moved on to round 2. And Conehead did beat Briar in a 2-0 sweep as well, so they're moving on to round 2. Elsewhere on the bracket, I don't think we have any other updates, but I will let you know as soon as they come in.
Conehead Art is also another player that I'm always keeping an eye out for, playing a less popular character in the banana soldiers.
Ooh,
Banana Knight
and one of the, I think it's a Banana Guard something.
guard. That's it. Home. I haven't really watched Adventure Time.
There you go. Elsewhere, Conehead has just gotten their opponent decided. Malignant Auto was able to beat Sakudo. They'll say it right one of these days. In a 2-0 sweep. Sweep. One of those. I'm struggling tonight. I realize.
Hey,
Um,
CJ,
I
you're
will
doing
get it
great.
under wraps.
Hey, CJ, you're doing great. You look beautiful,
I look the same every week. Stop it.
and
Come on
you
now.
look beautiful every week.
What that does mean is in lower bracket we're gonna get Sakudo versus Briar, um, in their first round of lower bracket matchups. Ethan, Mini, and Osa are still waiting for their opponents. Those matchups are currently underway.
It looks like we are starting the second bracket. We have Mott's going up against Veteran Hacker, Mods versus Clark, and Malignant Auto taking the set over Sakudo 90 and going up against Conehead Art.
And Penalgas will be going up against Kotaku as well as they've just beaten Chef Nizzle 2-1 as we get our next match lined up for you guys as quickly as possible. I Mods was able to beat Oblige in a 2-0 sweep, hence the match against Clark, and Veteran was able to get through Osana with a 2-0 sweep as well. Looking into that very, very quickly. Yeah, I do believe. No, I can't get. It was Steven that Mods won with. That's what I was trying to find. So we've got another
Yeah.
Steven in the universe, which the character we see more and more. Ever since Moises was able to storm the tournament, we've been seeing more and more of it.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Who do you think Mott's Mott? You said Mott's is gonna pull out the Harley. Do you think? What do you think? Veteran, apologies, will try and counter that with in any way.
Well, I'm gonna say that I think Veterano Hacker needs to play the character that he is the most comfortable with. I think in the past he has played. I'm trying to remember because I believe he's played a couple of different characters in the past. And I'm just doing a little bit of research really quick. Um, as I'm trying to remember. Did he? I think he played Agent. At one point.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's been a little while since I've watched a veteran game, so we will we'll try and get that info. Whilst you get that very quickly,
Oh no,
elsewhere,
he was playing Gizmo. Gizmo.
Gizmo. There we are. Look at us
I
figuring it
apologize.
out. Look at us figuring it out.
It's me doing the research. I should have been more prepared. I apologize to you, CJ.
No, you are more than okay, my good man. Alright, whilst we do get the last of these matches rounded up in round one, Pixel Service was able to beat IC Go Burr, god damn it, in a 2-1 matchup, and they're now going to go up against Gorify. Kal-El was able to beat Lust in a 2-1 bout, and will now go up against Carry, so very good luck to you. Crouch Crap was able to win 2-0 using Steven. And is now going to go up against Krahorn. And then I believe that is everything. We're currently getting Motz's game set up for you guys as we speak. Lower brackets have started. So Icy and Osa will be going up against one another. Wowo, it's Bobo, we're going up against Mini Pro. And Oblige Globe will be going up against Ethan Shu. Briar is being moved forward to round 2, as has Osana, Lust, and Shafnizzle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a little antsy trying to get into the next game because I really want to see the Harley do work.
Oh, here we
Now
go.
we are
Here
seeing
we go.
Nubia of the tournament. Now, like I said before, Nubia is a little bit new, and Motz has been around the block with Harley a couple of times in the downs and the highs, in the lows and the highs. I just am
This is
excited to
unpredictable.
see what Motz pulls out with some of the new buffs. If there's any new combo routes that he's gonna go for. And then on the other side you have Veteran Hacker, who has now switched to that looks like the Iron Giant.
Oh.
Now it looks like he's debating what character they want.
I honestly think that Iron Giant may be a risky play here. The massive hitbox that Iron Giant has, I feel like Mott's is just going to take advantage of. But I am no professional by any means. I'm just paid to sit here and talk. So, don't listen to me. Do not listen to me, Vet. You go with whatever your heart tells you.
CJ, when are you gonna play in the next? I mean,
We've
as
been
far
over
as like,
this.
I think
I don't need that proved. I don't need that proved. That I'm good.
yeah.
I would not stand a chance here. Like
I think that's a Jason. Oh, that is Jason.
oh, we are seeing a J. Okay, interesting. So it is. We are seeing a Jason. I did predict a Jason last week. It is tournament 13. It is a Friday. That's close enough for me. So you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm more than okay with this actually.
Yeah. One of the things that makes this matchup a little bit hard for Jason and has kind of always been the truth is Jason's big hitbox makes it really easy for Harley to combo out of all of her options. But Jason hits hard, and Jason has been buffed. So maybe we'll see something new here as we get into game. Mott's making the first move, just not able to hit the standing target. He gets a couple of good quick hits off. And trying to set up this edge guard opportunity, unable to do so. Oh, but the bat bomb goes off, letting Mott's get a lead 15 to 80? 90? 110. Not quite able to kill there, but a second up air is going to take it, or not up air, sorry, up B is going to take it. It's really just dancing around Jason back and forth, getting these long combo strings just like that, able to read the dodge. Better known hackers having a really hard time getting away from this heart.
No, absolutely. That incredibly long combo there, it's stacked with the ignite as well, causing the overburn. An incredible amount of damage. The one thing that Jason does have, the sort of the small fault in Mott's armor is that combo does take a lot of stamina. We did see that when it opened up, Jason was able to get a little bit of damage in. But the use of the bat, the slugger there to eliminate Jason, get that second stock up. Mott is able to get the momentum back on their side right away, using that bat bomb as well. Jason just able to dodge out of it on that occasion, but misses with the sleeping bag. And now Mott is starting up the cyclone combo. It looks like once again, Jason went for that downward spike, but was unsuccessful. Mott's has been on fire this matchup, and we could see another elimination once again. The bat bomb has been planted and was used to get the elimination. First point does go to Mott.
Somebody found the gas pedal.
Absolutely, that was incredible.
Did you put the brake lines in Mott's car? Because there is no slowing down. Hard to finish. Whiffed a couple of hits, but as soon as the flutter kick hit, Mott's just ran away with it. As we see a character switch hover.
Nubia might be a smart pick here. Obviously a lighter character, but seeing how quickly Mott's can chain a combo like that, yeah, Nubia might be able to stun out of the combo. That might be a good way to break out. That's honestly what you kind of need against Mott, is either have your parry time be on point, which is really hard to do, or have a combo breakout, which I'm pretty sure Nubia could get. Because obviously they're sort of a stun based character. If you spec the perks, that might be what we're looking for here. But again, that I
mean the hard part, right? The hard part is that at the very least, the character switch is just gonna switch things up. That game one looked rough, and you could argue to just run it back. You know, it was a fluke, but at the very least, you know, it kind of resets your mental game.
No, 100%.
And hopefully we'll be able to see something different. Or we'll just see Mott's continue holding down the go button and just dancing all over this Nubia. But I'm excited to get into game 2, seeing what this Nubia can do. Better know hacker Mott's game 2 new character.
Absolutely. We're going to be going to Bat Cave for this one, so there's going to be a little bit of environmental on the sides to keep an eye on as well. Nubia did go for the initial opening, but Mott immediately is able to capitalize on the whiff. The dodging from Veteran is very good, but Mott is able to keep up with their own. There is the catch from the spear. That is the kind of thing we're looking for. That's what's going to break Mott out of those combos if it can be timed well. A very good grab. I'm not sure what they've done with the bomb there. That's ability I'm not very aware of, but it did seem to help them out, although Mott is able to just absolutely dominate when it comes to straight damage. Did whiff the elimination though, and Nubia is able to stay alive on this occasion.
He's getting a couple of really good hits. Nubia honestly getting a couple of good hits as well, but Mott's able to catch the movement over and over again. And it really just feels like the Harley is in Nubia's mind and she can't quite do anything. As Mott's is continuing his combos, really just running all over, left, right, up, down, on Veteran or Hacker. Hopefully he's able to get himself out. of whatever predicament he's in currently, trying to fight back. But Mott's catching him over and over again. Ooh, good hit. Doesn't quite lead to a kill. Able to read the roll and finally closing out that first stock.
Yep, very good. Mods does immediately get the stock back though with 0-0, 2-1, 5 minutes 30. What Nubia is doing incredibly well here is trying to time the dodges along with Mots to try and get those openings. What we need to see more of is that extension on the spear has not been landing as much as we need to. And Nubia really needs to pick it up if they want to be able to catch Harley with things like that. Doesn't look like we're going to be securing the edge guard there. The hyper armor is going to help a little bit as we get the downward spike. But once again, Harley is able to immediately break through. There's the cyclone kick that we were expecting. Able to dodge out of the elimination, dodges right back into the hammer, and that is going to be a second point for Mots. That's going to be Mots through to quarterfinals. Unfortunately, in another 2-0 sweep. Very well done to Mots there.
So Harley's a lot faster than she was last patch, making it really hard to run away from her when she starts going. And Mott's came back and did it some more. What insane amount of pressure. I got hit every single time too. I want you to know, every time that Veterano hacker rolled out of the way and then got caught by the down attack, by the flutter kicks, the Sair, I got hit every single time. I without a doubt. I would have gotten wrecked so fast.
Nah, absolutely. Like I say, Nubia does look like the kind of character I could get into, but going up against someone like Mots, you need to be on point. You need to have that split-second reaction time with your dodges, trying to get those parries, trying to dodge away. And we did see a couple of very good reads from Veteran. Let's not understate just how well Veteran was able to execute some of those very devastating moves, some of those dodges.
Sure.
But Mots was able to get the momentum in the early game, and once you have that momentum, once you're a stock ahead, ultimately that sometimes it does just come down to whoever gets the first stock, the match is already decided, and at that point you're just playing a catch-up game. Mots was able to get that early momentum and did not allow Veteran to catch up whatsoever. So Mots is going to be moving on to the quarterfinals. They are going to be going up against Mods, who just won 2-0 against Clark, so very well done to them. But as far as we are right now, that is the only quarterfinals match that's been decided so far. Going down into the lower bracket, Icy Gobert was able to beat Osa in a 2-0 bout and is going to move on to round 2. Conehead is going to be going up against Shaft Nizzle, and that match is just getting underway now. Wowo was able to beat Mini Pro in a 2-0 match and will be going up against Veterans. The Veteran has their opportunity to try and get that win back and start climbing up the bracket. Obliged Globe was able to get 2 points on Ethan Shu and is going to be going up against Carrie, who was eliminated by Kal-El just now. So that is a very surprising name to see so far down this early on in the tournament. But Kal-El, an incredible opponent, incredible player using Iron Giant. Someone had to go, I guess. So
Yeah,
those two.
People do have to be in the loser bracket.
Absolutely. So, we're going to see Globe going up against Carrie very, very soon. And it looks like Clark and Lust are going to be going up against one another. We're just waiting for them to check in. Elsewhere on this bracket, Gorify has gotten a point up against Fix the Service. And Malignant is obviously moved forward after beating Conehead into quarterfinals. Uh, Oh, I'm just getting this in now. The Glorify did get that second point. I'm ever so slightly behind. I do apologize, but Glorify is going to be moving on to round 2, to quarterfinals even, after beating Fix the Service in round 2.
Man, I'm still thinking about that Harley pressure. I'm really excited what Mots can do going further into the tournament. I mean, we have a lot of hitters still in the tournament. We have Gritaku, and Califox. Even if Carrie's in losers, Icy's in losers, Bobo, all of these are hitters. All of these players are really good. And you know, that's gonna be true as we continue through the bracket. We're waiting on our next match, but as we do so, remember that you can check everything Cracked Media on cracked-media.com, including the stream, which is honestly, if you're not there, that's the best place. That's where I'm watching it. I think that's where CJ's watching it. That's where we should all watch it.
I'm actually watching it on both because I'm also in mod view on Twitch. But I've got both up currently.
Yeah, for sure. I also have been watching the newest side quest video on our YouTube channel, the Cracked Media official YouTube channel, where we played side quest the golf with friends, where CJ yelled at me immediately through editing. Check it out. It's a good time.
Look, I showed you wins. All right, I did what I was supposed to do. I did my contractual obligation. And there'll be a new video coming out very, very soon, which I'm very excited for. But more on that later, as we are getting into our next matchup. It looks like we're gonna have Dark Knight going up against Mohawk and Arya versus a Stripe. And this is gonna be incredibly fast paced.
This is an interesting matchup for Arya as the Arya player here, where Arya theoretically should beat Stripe. In theory, a lot of Arya's moves just are a little bit bigger than what Stripe wants to do, and can snuff out all of Stripe's movement. That being said, Stripe's really unpredictable, especially with the self-explosion. The skateboard is also sometimes really hard to deal with. Chainsaw flying through the air, while also having to pay attention to the bone saw flying just like that. But able to stick the knife. Let's see if we can do anything with it. That could have been a little bit more possibly, but getting a solid 30% lead. But quick fight back from Stripe. Bringing it just back and forth. This is really just slowly turning into a boxing match and just hitting each other a little bit at a time.
Absolutely very even back and forth in that early game, but Stripe has been able to get that momentum very early on. Arya now seems like they're going to try and secure that edge guard, but Stripe is able to break through. There is that skateboard and the self there as well. A very mobile character is Stripe, able to sort of dart around a lot of the arena at their will, but Arya coming in nice and close, trying to break up that damage a little bit. Once again sticks the knife, but not able to get much value from it this time. Looks like Stripe might be looking for the elimination. There is the firearm that does secure it. But Stripe being at 80, it's not going to be impossible for Arya to bring this back. They just need to land their hits, land another very good knife. Perhaps get underneath the Stripe where Arya is at her deadliest. And she may be able to get the elimination, which she does. And it's going to be one stock apiece, 5 minutes 35 seconds on the clock, 0 to 39.
Really, just anything you can do, I can also do. Because they really just have been trading hits. Unfortunately, Arya getting caught out with her movement, leading to this 81% deficit, while Stripe is just dancing around everything. That bonus was really annoying. It's just sticking around, staying in between the Arya and the Stripe in a way that's just really hard to deal with. Because Arya just wants to be in the air with the W. You just have to deal with her blade, with her combos. It's the longest snipe I've ever seen, but unfortunately unable to capitalize as they lose their second stock. Stripe is basically at the full one.
No, absolutely. An incredible knife throw from Arya there, but wasn't able to get the most value from it. And then Stripe looked like they were starting up a bit of a combo, but Arya able to break out of it. The versatility of the character there. Getting underneath Stripe exactly where we want to be. The Stripe getting that little bit of extra height. There is the chainsaw, another deadly blow. Arya desperately needs to get this elimination if they want to stay in the game, but Stripe, it seems, has been able to even up the damage, 85 to 69, with Stripe being a stock up. This could be over. Arya able to just stay alive, but the firearm out of nowhere is able to get the elimination. Stripe is going to be a point up. Very well done, Dark Knight.
Stripe only clicks heads, is what I've learned. He will one tap you over and over again if you're in the wrong place, wrong time. And Dark Knight put Mohawk in the wrong place at the wrong time. Taking game 1 in a solid runaway victory. Kind of really grab the ball, move forward with it, extending the lead over and over and over again. Just when it was advantageous to trade hits, traded hits. When he was able to push the lead and the combos just a little bit further, was able to do so. And getting the kill on Arya. I will note that I might be the last Arya to run Airwalk. I haven't seen a lot of other people run it as of late. So a lot of these combos that
This won't last
Mohawks
long.
are going for is a little bit shorter, but it's all about that really positional advantage that Arya's constantly trying to get. But it's able to do so as already Dark Knight is pushing Mohawk off stage and getting full control of the game immediately, as Arya has basically run out of dodges, out of resources. Oh, able to get above the Stripe though and make it back on stage. Huge deficit going into game 2.
No, absolutely. The issue you had there was, like you said, Arya using so many of her resources and just taking more and more damage for it. Now at 103, as they try to secure a ledge guard of their own, they're desperately trying to claw it back here, but the skateboard to get the elimination, a rare elimination tactic that we see in these tournaments. Arya now trying to answer back, but the self-detonation is going to catch them. Gets caught by the buzzsaw as well. The constant use of that projectile from Stripe is giving Arya more and more to worry about. Does get Stripe into kill range, could get an elimination very easily here, but misses the charge attack, and Stripe able to capitalize on it, sees that opening, finally gets the elimination, does the Arya. But once again, immediately Stripe is right back on the offensive, and Arya is forced to retreat 60-22.
Really feeling a little desperate from Mohawk, trying to find these big hits, trying to close out these stocks, while, you know, Dark Knight is just kind of chilling, eating some grenades, swiping at the ground, kicking, pushing, you know, just really doing everything right and just keeping the momentum in his lead, you know, even though the damage was easily evening up, it really still feels like Mohawk is just not in control of, which is not a place you want to be with Arya. As soon as that momentum starts to shift, it's really difficult to bring it back into your court. But Mohawk doing their best, getting a couple of good hits, but unable to close out the second stock. Mohawk needs to get it as fast as possible.
And now Arya very close to that second elimination here. The self-death, it's going to bring them right back in, but right up close and personal where Arya wants you as they set up that knife, gets that second elimination, and now going to be playing safe as best as they can. The issue you have is obviously Stripe here is very, very good at those long-range attacks with the gun, using the skateboard, using the self-detonations close to distance. Arya now in a very dangerous position, being at 108. We can see them jumping around here, playing it nice and slow. The self-detonation gets Arya very, very close to the edge of the screen, and both dancing around the outside was enough to get the elimination for Dark Knight, who was going to run away with the second point, complete the series, and move right on to their next matchup against Malignant Auto in the quarterfinals.
I can't believe that Dark Knight was able to catch. That was such a... I was holding my breath because it was quite literally anybody's game. I know it looked like Arya was a lot down, but Arya started pushing back against the Stripe. Mohawk found the openings, found the places, and in that last interaction, it really felt like anybody could get a stray hit. Unfortunately, in that moment specifically, it was Dark Knight closing out game 2, going up 2-0. But there's a world, there's a universe where Mohawk took that game, and we'll be seeing a game 3. Unfortunately, though, that is not our universe, as Dark Knight moves on to quarterfinals, and we have losers. On the losers side, we have veteran Hacker taking the set over Whoa It's Bobo to face Clark in losers round 3. We have Conehead Hart taking over the match with Shaft Nizzle. As we are also waiting for results from Carrie TF versus Oblige Globe, Fix the Servers versus Virgo, and waiting for Briar's opponent as well, as round 2 is just finishing up.
Absolutely. A very, very interesting spread of opponents. Still, PSA here. Make sure you are confirming your matches as we go to try and keep things moving as quickly as possible. We're trying to avoid as many holdups as we can as things are getting cleared up. It looks like we're getting ready to go into our next match right away. Oh, no, I'm getting told that,
you got teased a little bit. You saw
I
some
don't know why I saw. I've seen something. Um, See, this is what I
uh
get for trying to keep my eye on everything at once.
yeah, I mean, you're doing a great job. We're di- you are in a different time zone, in a different continent, across the pond, as they say. And you're slumming it with us over here in the States. And
Doing
I
what
and
I can.
I would there's nobody I'd rather have be here with me casting this tournament, CJ. I mean that truly at the bottom of my heart. There's nobody I would rather have sit here next to me, at least visually online. And
I won't tell Juice you said that.
I mean, I'll tell Juice I said that. I have nothing to hide.
Oh, brilliant. All right. Just in, ladies and gentlemen, Mott's was able to beat Mods in a 2-0 bout, and so it's going to move on to the semi-finals, our first semi-finalist of the night. And Krahorn was able to beat Kal-El in their first matchup, getting a point up, and they're going to be going on to round 2.
Uh, yeah, and I know we're kind of waiting for these games to finish up. I'm interested in seeing a little bit more Nubia if we can, as well as these Steven players keep popping up, and I I don't know what Steven does other than hit you over and over again. I don't know how he kills. There's just so many question marks that I have about this character. And I'm really excited to watch more players play Steven. It looks like we have a Stripe Ditto with Dark Knight going up against Malignant Auto. Uh, and that's gonna be high octane explosions everywhere.
Yeah,
Radical
incredibly hard
moves.
to keep track of.
Uh, and yeah, as we are just like going through it, I'm surprised we haven't seen more Nubia, honestly. I know it's a very new character, and some people might not be willing to just pick someone up like that, but she's pretty good, man. I don't know.
I mean, it may simply be the case of, give it to next week, and that's when the Nubia players start revealing themselves, because when you're in a tournament setting, obviously, a lot of what you rely on is muscle memory, so
Yeah,
that hasn't quite developed yet.
for sure. Uh, but I mean, yeah, Nubia was a surprise release for me. I wasn't expecting what really feels like a legacy DC character. I don't know if Nubia has been in any recent DC media.
Would
Uh,
not be able to tell you. They weren't in the Injustice games, and that's about all I know.
Nubia is just like another Amazonian warrior. I don't remember if she is Diana's sister or what, because I know she becomes queen of the Amazon at some point. She's an important character in the comics. I just don't know if she's been in anything other than the comics.
She's an important character. We just don't know anything about her.
Well, in not paper media. Let's be very clear here.
In not paper media.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, are you DC or Marvel? If you had to pick, Jay,
If I had to pick one,
or like just one, like it doesn't. You're the holistic comics, movies, TV shows, animated, live action.
I feel like I have to say DC because I consume more Marvel media, or at least I did before it became shit. I consume more Marvel media than I did DC, but
Yeah.
my favorite superhero or like comic based media that I have consumed and fallen in love with was the Gotham show on Netflix. And you know what? As good as some Marvel can be, as much as I love Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, as much as I enjoyed Winter Soldier, as much as I love Tony Stark, I cannot get rid of the Gotham series because I think that is an incredible interpretation of a lot of characters, especially Gordon. Um, I think it's a brilliant Gordon. Anything with the Firefly in, I'm here for. An amazing Riddler, an amazing Cobblepot, Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle's, little love story, and that was very cute and very charming, but also not too much. And so I think I'd have to take DC, and it is carried solely by that series.
Solely by that series. You didn't like
Solely
the
by that
Justice League
series.
animated series. I don't know if
Again,
Injustice.
I was not an animated shows guy. You gotta remember this.
That's fair. No, I know. I'll keep asking. That's not.
The answer won't change. But it looks like I believe her name is Garnet. This character, I
Yes,
believe this is
it is
Garnet.
Garnet.
Going up against Stripe. Well, yeah, I'm not an animated shows guy, so we're gonna pick a character from an animated show. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. But no, this is Garnet going up against Stripe at Sky Arena. We see Garnet on occasion, but I feel like this is like in every 3 weeks we see a random Garnet
This
pick.
is what I've been training for.
Yeah,
So-
Garnet's really, so I'm assuming that William Otto is not wanting to play the Ditto here, as Garnet has a lot of really big hitboxes and a lot of them are slightly disjointed. The one thing she is though is just a little slow and a little bit big as far as her hurt box goes. But she has like I said, just a lot of really big hitboxes. You saw that the rocket fist, her up the T pose, and you have some decent projectiles along with that as well. So as long as Malignant Auto just keeps the distance from the Stripe, I think they can use, even though they're a little bit slow, use a little bit of their movement to kind of sneak into these big hits. Because also does relatively early. But as I say that,
Try that again.
Stripe.
It looks like Garnet is playing a lot around these edges, trying to look for those killing blows, trying to look for those big knockback moves, but Stripe able to get these juggles incredibly quickly. Yeah, like a lot of heroes in this game, the one place Stripe wants to be more than anything is right underneath you, and that is exactly why the claws on the upwards attack using the feet the way they do to juggle you, as well as that self-detonation to cause massive amounts of upward knockback, is a very, very powerful part of this kit. Garnet is able to dodge out of it, however, able to stay alive on this occasion, but there is the uppercut, and there is the elimination. 104 is Stripe currently, but Garnet is not able to land those knockbacks, those rocket gloves coming out again and again. But the dodging from Dark Knight here has been on point. There's the grab though, not quite enough to get the elimination. And once again, Stripe is able to stay alive.
Yeah, Stripe is only getting hit with some stray knockback. Nothing huge as Dark Knight chases the Garnet into the ground. That is honestly what a statement. What a way to close out game 1. Now, it looks like we're waiting to see whether or not we're going to head back into lobby, see any character switches, see any stage changes. But do you think Malignant Auto should stick with the Garnet or maybe change characters? As I said before, Malignant Auto has played Stripe earlier in the tournament.
It's incredibly, it's a really hard one because obviously we typically see Auto on the Stripe. And you know, but Stripe against Stripe is such a chaotic situation. The amount of self detonations that you get, looks like we are going to get the mirror match. But the amount of self detonations, the amount of buzzsaws that go flying around, the chainsaws that are left and right, it can often be really difficult to keep track of yourself. And when you've got a mirror match of characters that are quite slow, it's easy for you to keep track of what you're doing. But when you've got someone like Stripe, Harley's another very good example, Ai's another very good example, and these are very quick, very chaotic characters with a lot of variety in their moveset kit. It could be really hard to keep track of what you're doing, let alone your opponent. We did see the Buzzsaw collide with one another and basically eliminate each other, both using self-detonate as well. So it looks like Dark Knight is the pink and purple stripe. Malignant is the typical green stripe. For those who would like to keep track of that, it does look like Dark Knight able to secure the edge on this one. Malignant is trying to break through, and they are doing so very slowly, able to use the gun to stall out the chainsaw. A very good move. But Malignant with the chase uses their own firearm to get the elimination. Very, very technically sound.
My God. Able to use the firearm as a return fire from Malignant Auto, but Ditto is a scrappy one. Stripe kills surprisingly early as well, but part of it is due to the fact that Stripe is a self-damaging character. Reads the movement. Is that a kill? Oh, not quite able to connect the hit. There it goes. Even in the stock count up to 1-1. 21 damage is nothing when most of it is your fault.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the other thing as well, is the self-caused overburn from the self-detonation. You know, it makes damage like that basically inconsequential. Both trying to use that buzzsaw once again, and this is what we see a lot of in mirror matches, is repetitive moves over and over again. You know, very similar strategies. We are seeing Dark Knight favor the gun a little bit here, and Malignant a little bit more of a fan of the chainsaw. That's where you're getting the small variety in the move pools. However, on this occasion, it does seem like Dark Knight is slightly more in with the advantage, able to get another firearm elimination there.
Oh, Malignant Auto is trying to close out this stock as soon as possible, but really just swiping it in the air is Dark Knight kind of little by little is a similar difference in damage count. I can't believe that we're basically even here, especially after that game 1. And, you know, they're just fighting back and forth, dancing around that blast zone, shooting these bone saws. But now the momentum is in Malignant Auto's court as there's a huge lead. Oh, but is that gonna be it? That is it.
There is the elimination that Malignant was looking for. An incredible comeback there.
They're jumping into game 3 right away.
Yeah, they're going right back for it. I mean, this is where, you know, it has evened itself up immediately.
Prepare yourself.
I'm interested to see how Dark Knight adapts to this.
Yeah, it is. It must be frustrating. I mean, as like they're so close, right? But Malignant Auto did a great job taking back the momentum, keeping it very close up until the very last moment, where he was able to find those final hits. But now it looks like Dark Knight is not willing to take that at all and just wants to fight back, secure the win, and move on with this tournament. They're just really just scrapping back and forth. Jab into dodging out of the combos. Oh, good use of the explosion to carry Dark Knight into the blast zone. Dark Knight able to use his own explosion almost defensively to cancel any knockback. And his momentum all the way to taking first stock. So, unfortunately, getting caught out of the air was Malignant as trying to use the bomb to open up a combo into the kill, racking up 52 points of damage before securing their own first stock, but starting off the second round of hits, evening up this game.
The thing we're seeing here is they're both basically self-detonating on top of one another, so that damage is going to end up stacking and stacking. They're both going to have Ignite, and this is why we're seeing such high levels of damage at this early point in the game. You know, we're already stopped the piece down, we're only 90 seconds in, because that chip damage is constant, and we've just seen Malignant get another elimination. Goes for the self-detonate immediately, that is already on 109, doing a lot of very good damage to Dark Knight here, but, you know, basically causing your own downfall so early on. Dark Knight desperately needs to catch this elimination if they want to stay in the game. They do break the combo there, looking for the buzzsaw. I think we could be lining up another gunshot to try and get that elimination. Self-debt after self-debt. There it is, finally. Malignant taken out. Dark Knight able to catch it a little bit. 43-0. That could go either way here. Again with the detonation, causing that overburn. Dark Knight really has to play catch up here.
I really feel like it's basically even. I really just feel like they're hitting each other over and over again, and it is just a couple of hits that Malignant took over Dark Knight, and now Dark Knight's at a huge disadvantage damage-wise. He's trying to get using the bomb, able to dodge out of the way of the following hits. It's still at a 130 though. Dark Knight needs to find his opening. Unable to do so. That kickflip. I know it's not a kickflip, but that kickflip really hits really hard. As Malignant Auto takes the round 2-0 or 2-1, sorry.
2-1.
I don't know if anyone has told them.
Alan said it should be over currently. I mean, they're loading into another matchup, it seems, but it is only best threes up until semi-finals. Obviously, that is not necessarily the case in the lower bracket. But we will get this. We will get this sorted. I do believe. We're gonna have to get a clarification on what matches we have in M&C. We'll get that sorted for you. I think what we'll do is we'll call a very quick break here whilst we get everything sorted out and we get everything back on track. We're gonna have a little conversation with production as well. Make sure we've got everything under control. We'll be back as soon as possible.
Alright, we'll be back.
Yeah, I'd rather be a lover than a fighter. Cause all my life I've been fighting. Never felt a feeling of comfort. All this time I've been hiding. And I never had someone to come on. Oh, nah. I'm I'm so used to shit. Love only left me alone, but I'm at one with the silence. I found peace in your vibes. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for too long. I found peace in your vibes. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been silent for too long. I've been quiet for too long. I've been quiet for too long. I found peace in your vibes. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for too long. I'm in need of a savior, but I'm not asking for favors. My whole life I feel like a burden. I think too much and I hate it. I'm so used to being in the wrong. I'm tired of caring. Loving never gave me a home. So I sit here in the silence. I found peace in your vibes. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for too long. I found peace in your bodies. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been silent for too long. No, no, I've been quiet for too long. No, no, I've been quiet for too long. I found peace in your vibes. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for too long.
Hero, 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 hero. I wanna be a hero, hero. Oh, the hero comes, I can hear the drums, and a horse is drawn to the kingdom come. Through the pale moonlight, my heart's ignite to the call. Oh, claim your prize for a crown of stars. In the name of love, be the sacrifice. You and I will stand and fight, our backs to the wall. Oh, hero, 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 hero. I wanna be a hero, hero. I wanna be a hero.
did you miss us? Because we are back with some Mott's versus Dark Knight. We're back with the Harley versus the Stripe. I'm really liking these new skins. I'm glad that Mott's and Dark Knight are rocking them. Really, they're very pretty.
Very pretty.
Uh,
Very, very well done.
sorry, cat trying to get some attention. My cat is trying to get attention for those in the Cracked Media Discord, which is where you should be if you really want to get some new news about Cracked Media and all things happening at Cracked. That's the place you gotta be. As we're warming up, it looks like Dark Knight is ready to get it going. We're just waiting to start the game. This is kind of an interesting one. Kind of like you mentioned, CJ, in the last match. Stripe, Harley, both characters that really like scrapping. And we saw Mott's scrap in his first match of the day. And we watched Dark Knight scrap over and over again. So, what do you
Prepare yourself.
What do you expect happens?
The thing Mott's is going to need to watch for is that self-detonation. Because obviously, Mott's likes to get in real close, real fast. The self-detonation may actually be a bit of protection. It's a little bit of a hazard that Harley needs to try and avoid, at least a little bit. As we're immediately seeing an aggressive opening from Malignant.
Yeah, baby. It's
Not
like
Malignant.
a
Dark
girl.
Knight.
Dark Knight, so sorry, I'm still caught up on the last match. I'm so sorry. And now Mott's playing immediate catch-up. That's just completely thrown me off. Jesus, I've never seen Mott's eliminated within 15 seconds of the game, but we saw it right here, right now. And Dark Knight answering the Harley's aggression with their own incredibly, able to push them all the way back. Doesn't quite land with the gun, however, but 103 Mott's is in a really dangerous position really early on.
I understand. My brain wasn't. I wasn't apparently awake yet because I blinked and Moss was gone. Now all of a sudden, 2 stocks down, unable to even it up quite yet. Oh, but able to take advantage of Stripe's hubris, charging that projectile, just jumping out there and killing him. And if we know anything about mods, is that mods can do that 2, 3, 4 times in a row. So even though it's a full stock lead, I wouldn't count mods out just yet.
No, no, you can't do that, but there was the self-detonation that we were worried about. Obviously, Harley doesn't have a lot of range when it comes to her playstyle, especially on these horizontals. So that is where Stripe is going to have the advantage. The Bat Bomb does land, but they're able to dodge out of it. We're currently at 86 to 107. It is very, very close to an even playing field. Stripe looking for it, but doesn't land the lunge attack there, and Harley is able to get the second stock. However, at 91, Mott's needs to play incredibly safe, and I'm not sure they're quite able to do that. You can see Stripe lurking underneath Harley like a viper, waiting to strike at a moment's notice. Mott could be looking for special, and there it is!
What did I tell you?
See? Told ya, hun.
That was
DJ.
incredible.
DJ, you and I need to be just ready. This entire time.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ. CJ, I need to find a way to make sure that I don't need to blink anymore, because every time I do, someone dies. What is going on?
That's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, we haven't seen the Mott special in a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen it properly executed. But that is the kind of risky play that gets Mott win after win after win. And a beautiful performance there. Going into Haunted Mansion for round 2.
Prepare
This
yourself.
is typically a map that I would say favors Stripe being able to contain their lunges a little bit better. But when you've got Mots with those really close to the stage borders that this map is known for, it just makes it even easier to pull off a combination like that.
Crazy. What a crazy way to start off the first best of 5 of the night. Oh my god. Now Stripe at the bottom of the stage trying to bait Harley in, and it kind of felt like the bait worked. While Harley finds their way back onto stage. Just kind of keep knocking Stripe off stage over and over again, using that bat bomb to extend combos, reaching that neutral attack, almost connecting with the hammer. Now it really feels like Mott's all of a sudden is a little bit more comfortable. A clean first stock is taken by Mott's, but we've seen Dark Knight take stocks at literally 0. So I'm not holding my breath. Or I am holding my breath, because breathing is really hard in this game, in this match.
That was an incredible parry that we just saw from the Harley there, trying to line up a downward elimination, doesn't quite land it. This has been an incredibly close back and forth matchup. There's the elimination. I was waiting for it, and there it is. Stripe able to even up the stock squad apiece. 5 minutes 40 on the clock. Now, again, getting underneath. Stripe is someone who loves that vertical play style. Using that gun, not quite able to get the elimination. I think if Harley had 20 more damage, that would have been game over for stock 2. There is the bat bomb detonation, and now the self-death from the Stripe. These two are just dark. This is what you see a lot for a matchup like this. They're going across the stage, making the most out of the space, trying desperately to get that vertical elimination, able to get rid of the bat bomb was Stripe, but that hammer, the horizontal prowess of Harley, going up against the vertical prowess of Stripe here is a really interesting matchup to see. That self-death may have been a very poor decision, however. Gets Stripe incredibly close to elimination territory. They are able to get that second stock, but just like that, Mott's is able to even up the playing field immediately.
Really good job by Mott's taking advantage of the bounce. And now it really feels like it's in Mott's court as Dark Knight has to fight out of the corner, returning them back into the center stage. This is where Dark Knight is the most comfortable, when there is nowhere to run, really, and just needs to scratch his way out of whatever quote-unquote bad situation he's in. But now Mott's returning a lot of those hits, trying to find a way to plant this bat bomb on the strike, but unable to do so. Oh, but able to get in with the dash attack. Trying to catch the movement, is able to do so, continuing the edge guard, but not quite enough. Catches him with the self-detonation, evening the score up to 1-1.
Honestly, I feel like both characters really do benefit from the claustrophobia that the Haunted Mansion provides. So, a really good comeback from Dark Knight.
I'm really interested in something that I noticed during the game. If Harley's able to land an initiation stack first, then when it looked like when Spike used the dynamite, that it actually added to that stack, bringing him one step closer to that extra bomb, or the extra knockback gotten from Harley's perk. And I wonder how that affects the way that they're approaching each other. I mean, realistically, it feels like it hasn't affected it at all. If we're going to be completely honest, it really feels like they're just running at each other without any regard to their own safety. But
I mean, it is a weird one because the Stripe is one of the few characters that has that uniqueness of doing damage to yourself in order to pressure your opponent. So maybe it does factor in. I mean, that's an interesting little tidbit that you picked up on there.
Prepare yourself.
yeah, I'm just curious on what Harley, or if Mott's is able to take advantage of that situation, but I mean, going into game 3, because it really didn't feel. It really didn't feel like Dark Knight even took that into consideration. Was able to take that second game as they continue with the all-out aggression, just throwing hitboxes here as Mott's gets the first combo out, getting a clean 31 points of damage. Oh, as it looks like Harley might have switched up the perk set. I wasn't paying attention.
No, we do have a more standard spread. Both have that extra 5%, which does not seem like a lot, but it does stack up as Harley gets a very good elimination there using that hammer and immediately goes in for another combo. Immediately gets a second elimination. We are 40 seconds into this match, and Mott's could be looking to close up immediately. Stripe able to get away from the combo.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe that Stripe was... honestly, it really felt like Stripe should have slid that hit, but it might have been just wrong height, just barely touching the blast zone. But good on Dark Knight quickly taking the stock back, evening it up just a little bit, though still has an uphill battle to climb in this third game.
That bat bomb, Harley trying to make the most of it, but we saw Stripe using those buzzsaws to keep her at a distance. Now trying to line up for that elimination. Harley not able to break through the edge guard, and Stripe has immediately evened up the playing field. 61-0. Mott's is definitely in a position of advantage. However, the incredible quick damage that Stripe is able to dish out within moments has almost immediately evened up this matchup, but the self-detonation, once again, very dangerous in knocking Stripe closer and closer to the edge of the map, trying to land that bomb, but doesn't quite make it. Very close to elimination again, able to get rid of that bat bomb, getting underneath Harley, who's using the Jack in the Box. Very well executed from Mott's, and able to get that elimination. That Jack in the Box stall was a huge play. Huge play.
What a call out. It was very hard to see because it was not on the screen. But Mott's used the Jack in the Box to stall out the approach from Dark Knight, trying to use the dynamite to propel Spike into the Harley Quinn, and able to use the slight delay to actually hit Dark Knight on the way down, just being close enough to the blast zone to secure that game. I'm pretty sure that Harley also manipulated the Jack in the Box in a way that allowed Harley not just to like stall in the air, but bounce off of the Jack in the Box is what it kind of looked like to me. Which I've never seen before. That feels like a lot of like Shaggy stalling with the charge in the blast zone kind of tech. So I wasn't expecting that to happen either. I was expecting Harley to be exactly where Dark Knight thought Harley was. But you know, I really feel like Dark Knight's so close to taking all these games. It really feels like he's doing a lot of the right things. It's just one or two reads that don't work out, and that's really the difference between the two players on screen as we go into Game 4.
Going into Batcave for this fourth game. Mott trying to secure their third point to get through to the finals of tournament number 13. But it does look like Dark Knight answers back immediately with that aggressive early gameplay that we see a lot of them. The bat bomb here, Harley trying to use it, does extend the combo very effectively. Not quite able to get the ignite off just yet. And now it looks like Stripe trying to get through Harley's defenses. But Mod, the oh my god, that incredible back-to-back combo from the left to the right.
I thought we got rid of
able to, perhaps not, just able to stall out the most of their stamina bar without going into fatigue. And now Stripe bouncing off of the environment of this map, a very dangerous thing for a character like Harley with a lot of knockback. Does get a very cheeky elimination there, I must say, but could be evened up immediately. The self-debt almost causing their own downfall.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that Mott's working for the bounce back as just a jab into the strong attack leads into their first stock. But now, you know, Dark Knight is getting an early lead on the second round of stocks for these two characters. Holding on to the dynamite is going to use to extend a combo, unable to connect with the hitbox, but still on the offensive. I guess they've been on the offensive the entire time. Both.
I was going to
people
say,
never really slowing down.
these are two incredibly aggressive players. The assault has not ended. The self-debt does put Mott in a very dangerous position, but they are able to stay alive. Harley securing themselves back on stage, able to get the reset on their abilities, gives them a lot more airtime stamina, which is critical for playing defense against Stripe. The skateboard, the kickflip, as Kwang has decided to call it, does get the elimination, and now Stripe once again immediately using that self-debt to close them in the face once again, but it has put them in a risky spot now. That bat bomb was defused just about. Stripe looking for another elimination, but the self-debt again is the cause of downfall, gets them far too close to the edge, and Mott, being as versatile as they are, gets immediate elimination.
Mott's constantly taking advantage of these stray self-hits and able to counter hit, but unable to find their way back onto stage as the swipe catches Harley, sending her down into the bottom blast zone. Something I noticed this game that I didn't notice the previous games, and I probably should have known this, granted, is that I knew that the skateboard ate projectiles. I didn't realize it would eat the bomb that was attached to Spike already. So using that to kind of interrupt Mott's aggression, knowing that Mott can detonate that bomb at any time once it's stuck to him. Trying to time it with those kind of timings, and finding a way to bring the score to 2-2. Game 5 semifinals. Really making sure that we watch as many games tonight as possible.
Nah, I mean, it does create an extra little bit of decision making on Mott's side. Does he want to get the dedicated damage, or does he want to wait and try and get that extension on the combo when it comes to the bat bomb? Going into Sky Arena for our 5th and final round of this semi-finals matchup, and it is Mott this time who has the opening, already trying to stack up those ignite kicks, trying to get that overburn out. Stripe able to get a lot of damage out. There is the bat bomb diffused by the skateboard. We're seeing that more and more as this series goes on. Mott playing very close to the air pouch, trying to lure Stripe in, but Dark Knight able to just get damage out consistently. Mott avoiding those projectiles just by the skin of their teeth. Again, that precise pinpoint evasion, the constant dodging from Mott isn't enough, however, as the first stock is going to go to Dark Knight.
Mott's trying to find their way in here. We've seen Mott take these stocks quickly and aggressively before, so as Mott starts it up, we're able to close it out with minimal damage on themselves. Oh, trying to punish the skateboard, unfortunately flipping it up, kicking it, stops Mott in their tracks, but able to punish it that time with the dash and kind of extend it further. Caught off stage, but Stripe. Honestly, Dark Knight's been doing a really good job of taking advantage of all of these tools to get back onto the center stage, able to get back into neutral. And just not very punished as there's a 60 damage lead on the Stripe. Trying to catch Harley out of her movement, but Mott is not easily caught out.
A very interesting use of the skateboard to get past the jack and box. We've seen that a lot. I mean, Stripe does nullify quite a lot of Harley's kick. Kit, in hindsight, does get the elimination. However, it's immediately answered back by Stripe, and now we are on even footing. 2 points apiece, 2 stocks apiece, 4 minutes 50 seconds left on the clock. It does come down to this third and final stock in this 5th round of the series. Mott's looking for that combo to try and get Stripe closer and closer to the end, but Stripe immediately there does get the detonate. Harley realizes that maybe attaching the bombs to themselves is the best way to get the most value out of it. There is the ignite doing that chip damage to Stripe, and now Harley just needs to play it nice and slow, get in those combos, get in the knockback. There is the beginning of the cycle that we were expecting. Harley now getting that edge guard has immediately got momentum on their side. The self-detonation once again able to get the most out of it. Stripe is eliminated.
These clowns are
I don't know how I was
nothing like a
expecting that
good
game
fight
to end,
to get
but
the
that was
blood
not it.
pumping. Yeah.
We saw Mott's come out swinging immediately after the quickest kill that we've ever seen, probably in MultiVersus history. By Dark Knight on Mott's closed out game 1. Mott's finding their way through game 2. Dark Knight bringing it to game 5 with just raw aggression and intelligent spacing, and just every time Mott's hit him once, Dark Knight hit twice. But when the chips were on the table, Mott's was able to clutch it up and find these really quick, like relatively early kills, launching Dark Knight into the blast zone. But with that, Mott's moves on into winners finals. It looks like we are trying to set up the other side of winner semis, Gritaku versus Chris Han.
I've been trying all night and I don't know. If you would like to message us with the pronunciation of your name, we will make sure that it gets written down. But as of right now, I'm just kind of making it up as I go.
I mean, that's fair.
But no, we are going to get into our second half of upper semi-finals. I am seeing a hover on Nubia, so we may get that Nubia gameplay in a best of 5 bout that you've been waiting for, Quang.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see more of this character, right? I haven't picked her up quite yet. I'm not entirely sure what she is capable of. I've seen clips, but you know, when you watch highlight clips, usually is it's how I would love to see the character, but usually it's like the best ofs. You know, you don't really trust the best ofs as far as like character strength goes. Because anyone can make a bad character look good when heavily edited. Is all I'm saying. I see a lot of people complaining. I just want to see what people are complaining about. That's all I want.
Well, you cannot please everybody, but what you can do is entertain, and that's what we're here to do. I have no doubt that Gritaku is going to make the most out of this new kit. I will be very interested to see how they answer to the Shaggy. Oh god, I'm going to have to try and work out what perk it is they're running. So I will get back to you on that, but in the meantime, it looks like we're going to be going to Sky Arena.
Yeah, we have Chris Han versus Gritaku, the Shaggy, as we said. Another really aggressive character. But Gritaku is running that Nubia. Nubia has that really big. Just can send out these what look like really big hitboxes. You know, these really big disjoints that Shaggy just doesn't really have. Shaggy does have the projectile in the sandwich, but that's a move that's a little bit laggy, a little bit punishable, and ultimately, Shaggy needs to use his speed, his superior movement, and his incredibly powerful kill moves like the uppercut, like the knee. It's just
Prepare
something you
yourself.
have to watch out for with a character like Shaggy. Honestly, we see it time and time again with so many different people, where the Shaggy just starts moving, starts feeling himself, and all of a sudden, blue stock's gone.
No, you're absolutely right there.
Oh,
Does look like going to be a very aggressive opening from Nubia. Shaggy play it defensive here, but is able to catch them in a beautiful combo. Nubia now trying to answer back for themselves, but it seems very even so far. The inquisitiveness of Shaggy does land that initial elimination, so it does seem to me that the muscle memory of Shaggy may be a benefit, but as soon as it's mentioned, Nubia able to answer back with a combo of their own, getting a very quick elimination. 30 seconds into the matchup, we're already stocked down a piece.
Cracked Media Bingo. If you have Caster Curse on that, please cross it off. It is a really even game all of a sudden. Shaggy trying to find their opening, but Nubia keeping up the pressure. Finds that opening that we were just looking for. Able to make that quick stock, like I said, that uppercut.
Go on.
Really
Try
just
that again.
taking stocks left, right, up, down, just everywhere. As we keep up the aggression, Shaggy keeps hitting Nubia with these stray hits and trying to set up for a kill. Nubia's almost at kill percent, but if we know Gritaku does not slow down.
So there it is. There's the elimination. Looks like the extra damage from the shock status is actually benefiting quite highly here. So able to stack up and catch up with the momentum very quickly, very efficiently. Looking for a downward spike here. Does get the elimination out of absolutely nowhere. Very good demonstration of Nubia's aggressive prowess
surprised.
there. Gets the first point, Gritaku.
I mean, the big thing that you have to kind of get used to against Nubia is that massive spear. You saw him do the dare over and over again, and it just reaches so far to either side of Nubia, and if you're not used to that range, you're gonna get hit by it, just grazed by it over and over again, and that is what Gritaku is trying to use to find these openings to start their combo, start their aggression, start their pressure. As we go into game 2, we did see a lot of really good stuff coming out from Chris Han on Shaggy, but once again, Chris Han finding the first hit, but is unable to do anything more than just get a quick 35. Maybe this is it. We're talking remembering what happened last time, dodging out of the way of the uppercut. But now Chris Han is taking more of a stand, getting a lot more of these hits. Gritaku is burnt out. And let's see how Chris Han tries to take advantage of it. Getting an aggressive start. Doing his best to edge guard the Nubia. Nubia fights their way back into the stage, or onto the stage, sorry. Oh, Shaggy looking for these kill hits.
Shaggy now again using that sandwich projectile to try and create that distance, knowing that Nubia is very dangerous when they get into your face like this. And here is what we wanted to see earlier on in the night. The execution of the spear extension. Shaggy doesn't land that super hit. Does get the elimination, however. But at 100, that supercharge doesn't quite get the ground pound, and Nubia able to even up immediately into a 0-0 even split if you're going into the second stock for both of these competitors. Not seeing much on the spear extension, at least initially. Nubia caught above Shaggy and he's able to get a very nice juggle there, but Gritaku, a very well-paced performance here, being nice and methodical and slow with the combos, making sure that the lands hit, just making sure to get that dedicated damage. And immediately, Shaggy does answer to it though and gets a second
I
stock
hope you didn't
very
think that
quickly.
was the
That
last
is
of me.
actually huge for Chris Hahn. Getting basically a full stock ahead and now continuing the pressure. Kotaku is the type of person that never stop his pressure, never trying to put the ball on his side of the court and take advantage of all of these things. Hint to burnout, not able to dodge away from that spear, and it's an even game. As we see Nubia trying to get back onto the stage. Shaggy swinging the way we've seen with game 1, how game 1 ended with Kotaku finding a couple of stray hits. But now it is Chris Hahn who's trying to find those stray hits and close out game number 2 to even up the count.
Desperately trying to play around that spear, an incredibly wide area where Nubia was able to deal that damage, playing it very carefully. We can see again trying to get underneath to get those juggle combos started where Shaggy's at his strongest, and it seems that Nubia is not as well at defending, but Kotaku keeping that pressure up, poking and poking at Shaggy. A very nice grab using the spear there, and there it is. A second elimination, a second round goes straight over to Kotaku, going on to round
I told you I
3.
wouldn't let you down.
Man, going into the next game, Kotaku having figured something out. This doesn't feel. It really feels like Kotaku is clawing their way back over and over again into these wins. And I don't know, it's these small adjustments. It's really, really tiny adjustments. It's these little spacing details that allow Kotaku to out-prioritize the Shaggy's movement, and hit him with these disjoints, and really start to pressure him. But we see Chris Hahn over and over again finding these stray hits and able to use those to combo into kills, combo into more damage. So when Kotaku gets going, it's real scary.
No, you're absolutely on the money with that one. There it is. We see Chris Hahn trying to get that early upwards elimination, trying to get those juggles, but Kotaku, an amazing read, able to get away from the uppercut, and here comes that pressure that he's able to apply, almost as if a switch has been flipped. Able to dodge out of it is Chris Hahn. Shaggy though caught by the spear grab and now sent downwards. The Wings not able to save them on this occasion. Kotaku at 90 getting the first elimination. Should be fairly easy for Shaggy to even up this matchup and get a stock back. Going in a minute, and there is the uppercut. 1 minute into the matchup, one stock down apiece. Shaggy able to get the supercharge off as well. Doesn't land the super kick, however, does get underneath. Does a little bit of damage. Very even so far, 13 to 14, but once again, Nubia on that aggressive push. Another beautiful spear grab, trying to poke and prod at Shaggy's defenses. Shaggy not making use of those projectiles to try and create a bit of distance, it seems.
Kotaku doing a really good job of mixing up the dodge. Chris guessing every time that Chris gets those straight hits, so the Shaggy can't combo into his kill move. But honestly, Chris doing a really good job of taking advantage of every small hit he's able to get. Unfortunately, being a little bit greedy there. Grab him and clear out that stock, but 110 is not a comfortable percentage as the team with Nubia. And now we see Shaggy just taking the stock back. Very even game, 0% to 0%.
Wonder Woman.
It's really just going to be the first person to get the string of hits. Shaggy looking for the nair. Looking for an uppercut, the dash attack, just to combo into whatever he can. Nubia is doing a really good job of using that spear though to kind of like keep away with Shaggy, because Shaggy knows a little bit too greedy, and he's gonna get grabbed. He's gonna get swiped, and then once you get thrown off stage and you have the Nubia above you, it's really hard to make it back onto the stage.
Nubia desperately trying to play around that uppercut. That uppercut will finish off this matchup. 83 to 61. Almost over. Krishan just not able to secure that last punch, but there it was. Krishan is still in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Gets a point back on the board. We are going to be going to round 4.
Yeah, we're just running it back over and over and over and over again. No time to rest for either of these players. The Shaggy putting in work though. Shaggy doing a really good job of catching out Nubia's air dodge in the air, having that long-lasting nair hitbox, the multi-hit that does combo into the up air, does combo into the up B at higher percents, and it's just a really good way to rack up damage. But like I said, Kotaku doing a really good job of using those really long hitboxes, like the forward attack, like this jump kick, and there. But when the song gets going, look at that. Not letting up on the gas at all, keeping the aggression up. Trying to close out these stocks as quickly as possible. Strong hit after strong hit. You're already at 80%, but fighting their way back to bring Shaggy up to 70. Going for the read. Misses the read as Kotaku is trying to return favor. Going back and forth. Nubia. They were just knocking each other off one by one. Straight hit after straight hit. Chris just not able to close out the first stock. It really feels like whoever takes this first stock is going to have a huge lead in this game. Kotaku looks punished there, and finally Shaggy takes the first stock.
Guide my hand this time.
He keeps his lead and keeps it trying to get bigger and bigger. Be able to catch him out in the top blast zone though.
And now it looks as though not quite able to get value from the wings. They're still staying within that close range of Nubia, chipping away slowly at the damage. But again, Shaggy is able to position himself in a more advantageous way here, and I think that is honestly what has been keeping him in this matchup, is control over positioning, being able to slowly get a better understanding of Nubia's combos, knowing where she's going to end up at the end of each cycle. And now Nubia looking for that downward spike, but doesn't quite land it. Shaggy able to break through the uppercut. It's going to equalize a little bit, bring them a stock up. Krishan desperately needs this win to stay in the game. Nubia able to catch. Shaggy again able to break out of it. All look like they could be looking for a deadly combo there, but Nubia able to escape.
Shaggy doing a really good job of just keeping up this pressure, because he knows the stock. He has another one behind him. As long as he just keeps hitting the Nubia, bringing them closer to 2%, it's all worth it, because Kotaku is that kind of player that you have to play. So now Kotaku trying to do the same to Krishan, but the Shaggy is doing a really good job of sticking close to the Nubia. He knows as soon as he gets a little bit too far, it's so hard to get in. Abusing the fact that Nubia has to come off of the ledge, able to not quite able to connect the kill move there. And they're both fighting off stage, looking for the kills. He's gonna get it. Oh, Kotaku able to fight their way back on stage. That might be it. With the stray knee, Krishan brings it to game 5. Nubia versus Shaggy.
Here. That's a victory.
I was not expecting that we would be looking at a game 5 in this matchup, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to be seeing a switch up as we go back over the lobby? Is Kotaku going to shelf the Nubia, or are they going to keep it going? It looks like they are going to keep it going. And now going into the 5th and final round, it looks like Shaggy may have switched up the perks a little bit. I may be seeing that wrong. I forget the initial perk spread. But
Fair.
it looks like Gritaku is keeping the same perks, keeping that shock status to try and get that little bit of extra damage in. Coming into that fifth and final round here on Sky Arena.
Yeah, we're going to game 5 once again. And once again, Chris Hahn getting the early lead, getting those early jab hits, and trying to read the dodge to get that early kill. Unable to do so quite yet, but now Nubia is in a world of hurt, having 82 damage on them, needing to quickly even the score up, but Chris Hahn's not letting it Gritaku go without a fight. Oh, as he finds the jab combo, not quite enough to kill there, but the next one will definitely connect into a kill. And you know that Gritaku thinking about it. Able to get a counter hit with the spear grab. Oh, using those big hitboxes to combo.
A very
I wasn't
nice
expecting that
elimination.
he could to
Guide my
beat out
hand
the
this time.
Dive kick, but maybe needing to now close and hit the first stock as
Oh my goodness. An immediate uppercut gets a very early elimination. Chris on now 2 stocks up. Could be looking for it again. Don't forget Chris, although it is at 118, has an entire stock advantage now. And I don't know what happened there. I think Gritaku just surrendered.
Man, with these powers, like,
Man.
I'm unstoppable.
I have no words. That did Gritaku just? I think Gritaku just folded.
Chris Hahn made the adjustments from game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, continuing getting a handle more and more as the set went on, was able to finally close out, bringing himself into winners finals over Gritaku. Honestly, a great match back and forth. Nubia using those long hitboxes, able to catch out a lot of the movement that Shaggy was trying to do. It was just a couple of hits here and there that really changed the course of the set. Are you ready to see another brawl back and forth going
I mean,
into winners finals?
that's the thing with this character spread at this late stage of the game with the people that have got picked. I I feel like it is
Relatively
just gonna be
light,
more of
hard
the
hitters.
same.
Yeah.
Mott versus Shaggy. Harley versus Shaggy is something we see quite a lot. Two very heavy hitters. The one thing that I think Harley has over the Shaggy is a lot more equipment in the Jack
Sure.
in the Box and the bomb. Shaggy's only real answer to that is his projectile, his sandwich, and we've not seen Chris Horn using a lot of that. So I think that paired with the Mott special and what appears to be the beginnings of a loop, that's
Yeah.
what it looks like with how Mott's is going back and forth. Um, it's not a perfect loop, obviously,
Yeah.
with the limitation on stamina, but I feel like where the game is at currently, it's the closest thing we have to an active loop. So
I mean, yeah, I also don't blame you for calling Harley Mott's. I think we all think that at this
they're
point.
synonymous at this point. They are
Yeah.
synonymous.
Because that is definitely the player I think of when I see Harley Quinn on the screen. It looks like we're getting into a game here pretty soon. Shaggy's really gonna. The best way to deal with Harley as Shaggy is take advantage of how quick your moves come out. Is because they just come out slightly faster than Harley, so you kind of just have to overwhelm Harley and not let her set up. That being said, Harley has a lot of good tools to get Shaggy away, to create a little bit of space. and then start setting up their kills. And if anybody sets up kills well, it is Mott's. Mott's is the one that does that over and over and over again. But now we have Cowboy Shaggy trying to shoot his shot against the Harley Quinn player, Mott's. And I'm really excited to see what he's able to do against, honestly, what is looking like a titan of a player.
It is. You can't call it David and Goliath. It's a Goliath and Goliath match, really. I mean, Chris Horn had the comeback of a lifetime just now. And Mott's is, through trial and tribulation, proved themselves time and time again. Got a trophy's edge for this first one. We haven't seen as much from this map as we normally would. I'm gonna mention it. Those floating platforms are definitely gonna play a role in all of this. Mott's having a very aggressive perk spread there, with like Shaggy specking a bit more into survivability. They'll spec into the projectile. We will see if we get any more value from that. But the floating platforms, I feel like they favor Harley more often than
You
not
won't be able
with
to tie your own
with the
shoes
use of
when I'm
Hubble.
done with you.
But we'll see how that goes.
Honestly, I feel like it goes both ways because Shaggy has a really good trap on those platforms as well. If Harley just ends up in the wrong place, the platforms are a really easy way for Shaggy to catch Harley in a way that Harley can't respond. But now we see Monty under pressure, getting those early hits. Ooh, getting a quick 92. As Shaggy needs to fight back, finding a couple of straight hits, but not quite even out the damage count.
A very good opening from Motti. Gets a very, very early lead, and now it is Shaggy who needs to try and slowly claw this back. Did have the beginning of a very nice combo there, but the bomb did interrupt. Very well placed from Mott. However, dodge with the hammer allows for that window for Chris Horn to come in and get a beautiful uppercut elimination. Harley is going to answer back, but the super kick doesn't quite get eliminated by the slugger. I think a little too close to central. Again tries to land that super kick, but Mott has the answer for it. Uses the supercharge to stay on the edge of the map, stay alive. But Mott's able to get the elimination, waiting for it there. A beautiful execution of the edge guard. Back to 0-0 for the second stock. And again, Mott having to deal with an aggressive Shaggy opening. Sets up with the bomb, does detonate on both of them. Well, Chris Horn again has that slight advantage going into stock 2.
It is actually really interesting to see the way that Chris Horn is using the Shaggy neutral to bait out Mott's into an off-stage battle. But then Mott's also knowing that it is a bait. Use that knowledge to kind of force Chris to fight his way back onto the stage. And you can see that despite there being a 30% difference, that they both are respecting each other quite a bit because they know that these stocks are facing. And as we see Shaggy finding his way back onto the stage. Ooh, able to dodge the bat bomb, but now Harley has to fight her way back over the ledge. Able to do so with the stare, but gives Shaggy the opportunity to close out that second set.
Again, that deadly uppercut, that almost guaranteed uppercut, not able to dodge out of the bat bomb the second time around. That puts him in a very dangerous position. He is able to break through the Harley and get his combo off once again. He's doing very well at dodging all of these attacks, building up a lot of insurance. There's the elimination from Mott's to try and even up the matchup. 2 stocks down apiece, halfway through our time. We've seen Mott's get very quick, very early eliminations. We may need to see that here if he wants to take this first point in the series. Try and win this finals matchup. We could be seeing the setup for it here. Does get Shaggy very close to the edge. But the uppercut from out of nowhere, getting underneath Harley, a beautiful dodge. Gets that first point, does Chris Horn. A beautiful, beautiful beginning to this series.
Man, really, really clutching out that game one. Able to find that beautiful kill at the end. Now, Mott's did adjust his bat bomb timing, did make a lot of small adjustments that worked out in his favor. It just weren't quite enough. A couple whiffs here and there were enough for Chris Hahn to take advantage and close out the game. Now, Mott's is gonna make the necessary adjustments,
Oh, you've been training?
or needs to
Also,
make the necessary adjustments to close out this game. But that was a very close bout.
Incredibly close, incredibly close. Mox now with a very aggressive opening. A switch up from round 1. Going in and almost immediately looked like they were going for that elimination. Gets that extra explosion stack that we were looking for a lot earlier in the tournament's life cycle. And now Mox did try and secure that edge guard we see, but Shaggy was able to get around it using his sort of bicycle mid-air kick. It's a bit of a versatility play there. Harley is still ahead, gets Shaggy over 100 heat, gets him very close to kill range. That bat bomb could be dangerous. Shaggy is able to avoid it, looks for another uppercut, not quite enough damage dealt to get the elimination on Harley, but very close to 100. Shaggy is able to stay alive, but Mox took the risk, went in, and it paid off with the elimination. Gets that stock, and Shaggy immediately evens it up 1 apiece.
That is crazy. I really felt like more of this match has been played off stage than on stage. So far, as Mott's is getting this early lead on the second round of stocks already, as Shaggy needing to use his movement to avoid the jacket, avoid the bat bomb. But now it's evened up. Are they finding some really quick combos, trying to bring Shaggy up into kill percent, but he's unable to quite do it over and over again, whiffing that Sair, almost letting Shaggy open up a combo opportunity, but now it's just poking between the two, a little bit more defensively than the first stock. Just fishing for some strong hits. Shaggy at kill percent. Scary. As the up attack connects, allowing for the
feels like
detonation
my
of
blood
that bomb,
sugar is getting low.
allowing Mott's to close out his second stock. We return to Chris Hahn.
Ow, that
We're seeing a
friggin'
lot of
hurts,
these
you know?
stock returns, incredibly even skill sets here, very close damage levels throughout the entirety of this bout. It does allow Mox trying to get ahead once again, but always Shaggy has the answer for it. They aren't often more than 20 damage apart. This could go either way, as that second Jack in the Box is sort of used to stall out Shaggy a little bit, it looks like. Here comes the bat bomb once again, but Shaggy able to get over it. Harley now attaching it to herself, not able to get much value from it. Shaggy looks for the knee and doesn't land it. These two are dancing around each other a lot, playing it very careful. They know that as soon as the combo gets started, it could be the end of days for either of them. Mox is the one that tries to land it initially. Again, Shaggy's versatility in dodging is able to get him away from it. But that bat bomb could light him up at the end, and it does. And Mox runs away with the second round.
What awareness. He waited for Chris Hahn to dodge into the corner, knowing that Chris Hahn was aware that that bat bomb explosion would combo into the bat, into the kill. Waited for the Shaggy to panic just a little bit, just a tiny bit, and allowed Harley to close out the second game, bringing the score to 1-1.
Going back over the trophy's edge for the third one. I'm so sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I was just like trying to breathe because like every
On a
time
scale of 1
something
to 10,
happens,
I am
it's so quick.
freaking
It's so quick. I have to hold my breath, and just watching these two players really just scrap it out. You can tell every time that a stock is taken, another one is taken immediately after, evening it up over and over and over again, no matter who gets how big of a lead. And that is the kind of winners final that we're experiencing today, as this time Mott's gets that early lead, unable to connect with the bat bomb, trying to find a quick combo, unable to get the explosion. Did so right there. Ooh, tries to catch Chris Hahn out of that dodge, but not able to secure the stock. Unable to do much about Chris Hahn's charge there. But now they're back on stage. Chris Hahn at 114, but gets the first hit. Mott's doing a really good job of playing a little bit more patiently. And they'll find the kill in a clean fashion. Unfortunately, that drop really hurts so much. But able to close out that first stock. Early lead goes to Mott, so finally
Can't let everyone
it might be
down.
returned quickly.
Looks like Shaggy was looking for some kind of uppercut there to try and even out the stocks, but Mott has the answer for it. A beautiful dodge gets him away from the hammer. Again, spending a lot of time off of the stage, playing around the edge. Shaggy does not secure the edge guard on this occasion, and Harley uses that to her advantage, is able to land the bomb, and again trying to start stacking up those ticks for the confetti explosion. There it is, and bounces into the hammer and the jack in the box as well. Shaggy being bounced around the stage, tried to go for the supercharge, but Mott's timed it perfectly. The end of the animation was caught by the hammer. Mott's now 2 stocks up, still not at 100 heat. Shaggy already up at 40, trying to dodge around Mott as best they can, but Mott's setting them up. Again, not securing that edge, trying to play it safe. Goes for the Mott special. Shaggy able to get the height to avoid it, but is in kill range. Mott's now trying to look for Shaggy on the edge of that map, trying to secure the elimination. Shaggy just able to stay alive, but it was only a matter of time. Mott gets a second point and is 1 match away from winning this final.
I wasn't expecting a runaway game like that. Mott's really deciding that I can't handle the close games. I need this to be a stomp. That was 1, 2, 3 stocks taken for Mott in a row. And you know, I'm sure that Chris Hahn can do the same back, but when Mott's is on a roll, it's very hard to stop his momentum. It's kind of like the Juggernaut. You know, it starts going, and at a certain point, you're not stopping him.
No, you've absolutely nailed it on the head there, going into round 4, back into Sky Arena. Looks like Shaggy went for that opening immediately, launching in, hits it the second time around, and Harley doesn't get any value off of the bat bomb. Does try and answer back, however, gets a very beautiful hammer shot there, and incredibly well landed. The bomb does detonate on Shaggy on this occasion, and there's the confetti explosion again. But looks like the jack in the box prevents Shaggy from getting a proper edge guard, but incredibly early elimination with the uppercut, and Chris Hahn runs away with the initial stock.
I like Mott's trying to bait out the super move, able to do so. Shaggy loses his charge, but able to use it to get a bunch of damage immediately. But this jab combo, or the combo that starts off on the jab there, really doing a lot of damage. Full stock up. This is completely opposite of game 1 so far. But Chris needs to close out the second stock as soon as possible to maintain his lead. And able to do so. Harley at 7, but we've seen Mott's kill as early as 5. So we know that Chris is being a little bit careful, just trying to not let Harley get any full stock lead up. 1 more stock to go in this game 3 for Harley. But she needs to take 2 stocks herself to close out the set, but Chris is wanting to see a game.
No, you've got it there, and what we do know, Mott's can get eliminations very quickly, but so can Chris, able to get them efficiently, and like a flash of lightning, the bomb does connect with Shaggy, and those ticks on the confetti explosion do start to build up once again. He's able to dodge away from the end of the combo, though perhaps keeps himself alive just a little bit longer. Harley looking for that elimination, Shaggy does stay alive once again, hangs out on the edge. Harley was waiting for it though, able to get that confetti detonation. Is Mott's going to be able to stay alive with 70 heat? Going to try and build up a little bit of damage here. We could be looking for one of those early health eliminations that Mott's is known for, but Shaggy knows he can just play it safe, secure that edge, and he should be able to secure himself another round. Both of these guys want to make it through the grand final to the advantage. An uppercut is able to finish it off. The damage deficit was just too much, and Chris is going to force us
It's just not nice
into
enough.
game 5.
Good adjustments from Chris, able to take advantage of those Mott's timings of pulling out the bat bomb, dropping the Jack in the Box, and as soon as those go on cooldown, using the aggression that Shaggy's oh so well known for, and cleaning up stocks, maintaining basically a full stock lead the entire time up until the very last hit. We're going into game 5 of winners finals. Winner of this goes into grand finals, winner side having that advantage, and the loser has to try again. As we're going into game, both these players,
On a
I'd be
scale of 1
nervous
to
as
10,
hell,
I am freaking
especially
pumped
knowing
for this.
that the person across from you, hypothetically, is such a strong player and is able to take stocks quite literally out of nowhere.
I believe this is Chris's first time in upper final, so they have a lot to prove here. Everything on the line. We have come down to the final round. Looks as though again a very even opening into this final set. Able to get that ignite off now, chipping away at Shaggy. Harley playing very aggressively, trying to get those bombs as much as possible. Another very intimidating hammer shot. Shaggy trying to answer back, but those flying platforms are running a little bit of interference. Harley able to dodge out of the final uppercut, stay alive in this matchup. Gets the bat, but once again Shaggy is just able to stay alive. And now Shaggy looks like gonna try, not gonna secure the edge, playing it safe in center stage, but the bomb detonation is gonna get the first stock on Mox's side here. Shaggy answers back with a knee of his own, the ironclad knee of Shaggy. One stock apiece, 5 minutes 40 on the clock.
That is Shaggy's prerogative. Going to hit you with a stray hit and is going to kill you either which way. Mott's building up the pressure already, bringing Shaggy up to 50%, but not getting much more off of that bat bomb. Trying to use your Jack in the Box to extend the combo, unable to do so as we get a big reversal from Chris.
Call me a clown.
Both of them are hunting for a strong hit leading into a combo, but unable to do so. Back and forth. Jack in the Box opens up for Mott's to go for the kill. Unable to quite get there. He's able to find the nair though, closing out that second stock, getting that early lead that Mott's so desperately wants.
Once again, just a lot of value from that Jack in the Box. Now Mott's forcing them onto the edge of the stage. Shaggy trying to find that uppercut, trying to find that elimination again and again. Mott's just keeping the distance. There it is, they're able to land it. Not quite able to get the elimination. Mott's just trying to get as much insurance as they can at this point. Throws the bat bomb to try and create a little bit of space. We see the projectile from Shaggy, but Mott's lined up the bat bomb perfectly there. And Shaggy hits the knee, but again, Mott's able to just stay alive. Just able to keep in it, it seems. Looks for the downward spike, but does not hit it. Gets those stacks of ignite. Another knee from Shaggy, but Mott's just refuses to go down. Finally, the knee is able to get the secured elimination, but 103. Mott's is looking to end it. There is the bat swing, and Mott's has cleared the upper bracket.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
clean, 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 clean. What a final stock. Able to clip Shaggy with the bat bomb, leading into that kill. I think Mott's might take it all. The Mott's is looking really good this week. I don't know who's stopping that momentum. Once Mott's gets going, it's that pressure, it's that confidence that we saw over and over again. You know, making sure there's a bomb, a jack in the box, just a little bit in the way, and preventing Shaggy from creating any pressure, getting any space on stage, which all led to Mott's, getting those Sares, getting those up Bs, getting that damage down for him to ultimately take game 5 and be sitting on winner's side grand finals.
Harley's ability to litter the field and make it feel incredibly claustrophobic. It's getting very late. It is 5 in the morning. Harley's ability to litter the field and make it feel very claustrophobic. There we go. Absolutely played into Mott's able to secure that last stock. I think the very well placed Jack in the Boxes for me. That's what looked like was the deciding factor. Able to get those stacks of Ignite over and over again, chipping away at Shaggy. And it's not always about the massive hits, and sometimes that chip damage can be enough to just sway things onto your side and give you that extra bit of momentum. Mott's has deservedly so secured their place in the grand final, going in with advantage. I'm really excited to see where it goes, and it looks like we're getting Nubia versus Iron Giant. I don't know how to feel about this, because Nubia's grabs could be incredibly powerful against someone like Iron Giant, but Iron Giant is incredibly heavy.
That is true. I think one of the things about being heavy, though, it does mean that you generally are what we'd call combo fodder. But Iron Giant does have that EMP, has that combo breaker, and also hits so hard. I believe he's been nerfed a couple of times since we've last really seen Iron Giant dominate these tournaments. But he still hits like a truck because he is. And it will be really interesting to see how Grataku actually plays the spacing game. Really kind of
I have Olympus on my
tries to be a little bit more aggressive with some big
Take it off,
But I'm interested to see how, if Grataku is going to try to create more space using that spear, play a little bit of keep away against the Iron Giant, or if he is going to use the spear to get a little bit more aggression out against the Iron Giant himself.
I think the spear is going to be the deciding factor. I mean, we were seeing some of those grabs earlier. I think that is where the weakness is going to come in a little bit. I think it's going to be very easy to get captured by that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm also thinking about the thruster attack that Iron Giant has. Could make the difference. It really could, because that creates a lot of space for these close-up characters.
Yeah, it does. Plus, I mean, we all know that Iron Giant just reaches fully across the stage with the car, with his leg swing. If you are below the Iron
This is
Giant,
my
it's actually
competition?
really hard to hit him. But that's kind of what the spear is for. I'm expecting here.
There is the grab. There it is. Very early on, immediately almost trying to make use of that car, but I think this is the other thing that maybe we kind of neglected a little bit. A lot of Iron Giant's attacks are that sort of upper area of his hitbox. So if we're able to get Nubia to just get underneath it a little bit, he's going to need to use that leg sweep, and it's a very good setup for some of the combos that we've seen. Immediately Iron Giant is at 123, going up to 133. Could be looking at the first stock going down already. The grab is getting a lot of damage in, where Iron Giant is able to survive. That leg sweep gets a very early elimination. Iron Giant is very hard to cause knockback against. Nubia does finally get that stock evening up. A minute into this match, we're a stock apiece. We're a lot more even than I would have initially intended. Nubia desperately juggling the Iron Giant, trying to get that elimination, and he was able to stay alive on this occasion. And Nubia no longer able to get underneath the Iron Giant hitbox. A beautiful EMP in the middle of the sky does incredible damage. Nubia was able to stay alive, but Iron Giant putting on that pressure and an uppercut, and immediately 2 stocks to Iron Giant.
Not quite able to kill the Giant, just a little bit too heavy. Trying to knock into the top blast zone. Iron Giant doing a good job of surviving that weight as he keeps just pushing over for the action. And you see one side finally dying off the top, but
Strong.
very dangerous because it's still the Iron Giant with those big hitboxes. He's gonna chase you as far into the blast zone as he needs to, closing out game 1. Is this still your sleep paralysis monster?
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. One thing I wouldn't expect from an Iron Giant is to say that they were, they had air superiority. But
Prepare yourself.
Carrie had air superiority there, undeniably. And the amount of border pressure in that match as well. I think we see a lot of it when we're going, with a Harley or with a Finn or even with a Shaggy. We see a lot of play around the borders. A Nubia and an Iron Giant, I didn't think we'd see as much border play as we do as we go into the second round, still in Sky Arena. But immediately again, we see it again. This is taking the rug from underneath me. This is not the kind of gameplay I expected, but I'm here for it. It's edge of your seat entertainment, and that's what we're here for.
As we see that big hitbox, I feel like
the EMP!
He's so strong. I feel like
my hand this time.
Iron Giant's horizontal hitbox is really big. I feel like the vertical ones aren't as big. I see super time over and over again as takes stock off of the side platform.
And we see Nubia just run out of resources there, run out of stamina perhaps, not able to get back onto stage, and the pressure from Iron Giant just forced them to take the elimination. Oh my god. Oh, Carrie could be looking to end this very early on. We do need to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, we are in our top 6 now, so this is a best of 5 from here until the end of the tournament. Another beautiful EMP from Carrie. Grutaku desperately trying to poke at the defenses of Iron Giant. Iron Giant does force the burnout there, using up their stamina, and that is the window that Nubia needed. Not able to secure the elimination, however, and Iron Giant able to avoid the grab, doesn't avoid the second one. Nubia finally evens up the stocks, but 89-0 on the third and final stock. I mean, you gotta say that Carrie has advantage here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that, honestly, he's in so much trouble killing the Iron Giant, but the Iron Giant just smacks around a car a little bit. and pop goes the. Honestly, not what I was expecting out of this matchup. Gritaku needs to find something a little different going into game 3. Needs to find a way to sneak into either in between the hits or just find his own hits, out prioritizing the Iron Giant. We'll see if he's able to do so while we wait for perks to be set. It looks like as we're waiting to go into game number 3.
Prepare
That EMP2 is just, he's able to break the command grab. He's able to break out of combos. We saw Carrie use it to kill. It's just so versatile.
Having
Olympus on my side.
Yeah, having a dedicated stun like that is incredible. I mean, especially when you've got a hitbox as big as Iron Giant has, having that combo breaker is a necessity, and being able to execute it well is one of the keys to staying alive. But it also works really well with the combo extender, which Carrie has demonstrated beautifully with a spin kick, able to get an elimination. Both of them go down! I don't know how that happened, but okay. Carrie is still not ahead. Does go into burnout here. I am flabbergasted by what I've just witnessed. Gritaku was able to get the stock, but it may have just been too much to sacrifice. And now Carrie able to avoid the grab. There's the use of the EMP again. Gritaku stays alive on this occasion, desperately trying to get those spear grabs, but goes right into the spin combo. Able to stay alive, avoid what was most likely a dropkick finish there from the Iron Giant. Nubia gets the grab, desperately trying to stay alive here, but it takes so much to knock the Iron Giant out. Does get that second stock. We are on a final stock situation, but 87 to 27. It's not impossible for Gritaku to take this, but all Carrie needs to do is get that stock, and they'll be right on through to the semi-finals of our bracket. Still anyone's game technically, as we see Gritaku using the edge really well to get underneath the Iron Giant.
It is anybody's game, as we see over and over again. Nubia having a hard time killing this hunk of metal. Oh, huge whip though from the Iron Giant. And he's able to get back on the stage. He's able to find the car hits into the headbutt, closing out the set. 3-0 carry, Iron Giant. A bit of a shocker. I wasn't expecting Nubia to have that much trouble killing the Giant. But when anybody is allowed to go up to 160, 170, 180 points of damage in a match, that's all just time that they're buying to deal a little bit extra damage to you. And Carrie did a great job surviving. Nubia had a very hard time closing out any kills, while Carrie carried Nubia out into the blast zone over and over again, getting some early kills, as the Iron Giant does.
The resistance to knockback that the Iron Giant has, just that endurance sort of skill set that a lot of Iron Giant players have, in that as long as you can just hang on, like you say, surviving at those 170, 180, going upwards of 190, it's very dangerous for someone like Nubia, especially when Gritaku was playing. We saw there playing very close to the edge. You are able to secure kills, but that puts you in a very risky position. Nubia going up against Iron Giant, that's two characters that want to be up in each other's faces. And blow for blow, Iron Giant just seems to have a bit more damage output on average, it seems.
Yeah.
So very unlucky to Gritaku there, but we are going to be moving on to our semi-finals for lower bracket now. as we just get the last of the information secured and confirmed. A very, very nice sweep there from Carrie.
Carrie is going to go up against Dark Knight. It is that Stripe. Now, Stripe, a little bit harder to kind of predict when he's coming in. Also, that chainsaw coming at like an awkward angle. For Iron Giant to just outright beat out because of the arc. It is a huge hitbox. That being said, Stripe, another very light character, another uh, character that can be carried off stage. Luckily, the dynamite can be used kind of as a combo breaker as well. But I mean, we've seen in other games involving Dark Knight, Mott's taking advantage of that forced propulsion and using that to clean up stocks here. But I'll be interested to see how that matchup goes up, especially like once again, I feel like we haven't seen a lot of Iron Giant as of late. Especially
It's
I think Califox hasn't been playing the Giant last few, if I remember correctly, the last few tournaments they've been going purely Powerpuff Girls.
I think that plus stream just hasn't caught it a lot of the time. I know Carrie has been a consistent Iron Giant,
Yeah.
but just with the caliber of performance that we have coming in week to week, you know, it's like we were saying earlier at the beginning of the stream. We see a lot of very good players end up in the lower bracket just because of how good everyone has become. And I think the longer that these tournaments go on, we're seeing, you know, returning names and new names alike make their way through the upper bracket. So, but it's definitely not something that's gone forgotten in these tournaments. There is just how dangerous it can be to go up against a
Yeah.
volatile Iron Giant, one who can command the space, one that takes up a lot of the stage. You know, you see Stripe as a character that makes things feel very busy with the constant self detonations, with the constant use of chainsaw, skateboard, and the firearm as well. Sort of had a good variety of short and long range. I think this is a situation where you want to take advantage of your more long range abilities, your buzzsaw, your gunslinging, things like that, and try and use that. However, with the weight of Iron Giant, it really evens itself up. It's a hard one to analyze.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Iron Giant has just such big hitboxes when he swings his arms around, when he swings his legs around. That covers so much of the everything, really. Uh not to be vague. But is able to really get these really strong hits over and over and over again. And honestly, the way that Carrie's been comboing off using the momentum to carry uh the momentum of sliding off of the ledge to carry uh once again pun not intended, carry his opponent into the blast zones, the slide blast zones has been basically expert.
It's a really hard one to call. Real and knowing that Chris Horn is waiting immediately after this, it's we have a lot of very close up heroes in this top six. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I really don't know. Like they all benefit from each other's strengths and weaknesses so wonderfully that I think it'll just come down to who's able to execute their strategy quicker. Like I think all strategies are sound. From what we saw of Dark Knight earlier on the tournament, from what we've seen of Carrie just there, it's just gonna be a case of who can get it in first.
Yeah, I I'm really excited as we're heading into the match. Uh, really, I'm what I want to see is Spike put on so much pressure that the Iron Giant doesn't have a chance to start hitting back, except using that EMP to kind of combo break. It's kind of what I'm expecting, and you know, with no platforms, that means that the saw isn't in play as long.
Prepare yourself.
No, I
But-
think you're onto something there.
But at the very least, you know, Stripe has a lot of kill power in every direction. And if he's able to, you know, land those hits, this is not an unwinnable matchup on either side. As we go into game one, immediately trying to use those projectiles, using that detonation to get above the Iron Giant with these early hits, forcing out the EMP right away. A quick 92 as well. Off stage really well. Oh no. Oh, able to get back onto stage. Super important while the Iron Giant is at 1 game. Scared to do it again.
We're seeing a lot of Iron Giant trying to bait Stripe into the edge of the map here. It does seem that it's working out in terms of damage, but he's not able to get the follow-up. And Stripe, you know, being a very quick, very evasive character, is able to avoid the eliminations. Does get the Iron Giant there immediately. Dark Knight takes an early lead. 101. It's not going to be very difficult for Carry to even it up. Does get the chomp down on Gremlin, but uses that chainsaw very well to get back on stage very quickly. Another use of the EMP is going to open up the Stripe in order to try and get a combo. Iron Giant counted it very well though, evens up the stock count. One apiece, going up to 65, 69 with the self-detonation. Stripe having that shorter stature, able to get underneath the car attacks. We see a lot from Iron Giant. A beautiful use of the chainsaw there as well. Does hit him with the thinking though, could be looking at an elimination. Self-det saves him.
Yeah, but like I said, that Dynamite acting as a combo breaker, similar to the EMP over and over again. And now Stripe does have enough kill power in a lot of his moves to kill anybody. I mean, it's the Iron Giant, but catching the movement, recognizing that Stripe wasn't going to jump. Now a small lead to the Iron Giant, but Stripe evens up the stock count at basically no damage on himself. Continuing that combo going, unfortunately running into the car. He's trying his best to avoid it. Able to do so this time in opening up a combo that can be preventing Iron Giant from taking too much damage. But Stripe finding the rhythm. Catches the movement.
There it is. We're seeing the survivability of Iron Giant put to the test here. And Dark Knight, a beautiful combo to end off there, does get the first point. Very well done.
Couple of things that I think Dark Knight does really well, or did really well, is basically constantly putting Carry in these checkmate positions. Carry got into burnout, and that's when Dark Knight would just really head straight for the Iron Giant, because Iron Giant's not fast enough to deal with the pressure that Spike was able to put on. But then whenever, because Iron Giant has to commit to a move, whenever Iron Giant started to commit to a move, whether that's the car, the headbutt, the arm swing, they were able to get like so much damage off. But the few times that Dark Knight messed up the timing on that, that's when he took damage. So I like that he kept the momentum and kept the confidence up the entire time. Carry switching up the characters, going into the Agent Smith very good character right now. Very fast, very strong, very nimble as well.
May have been a mistake.
That
I'm wondering if there's a
for you.
on the perks.
Now that
Carrick, yeah. Carry having his solo queue perks on there. We do have one separate.
I mean, we saw a lot. So here's the thing: we saw a lot of Agent Smith last week,
Yeah.
and we saw the prowess that they're able to pull off. You know, those what I've sort of coined as gun cycles can be incredibly vicious. This is someone who does benefit from a little bit more long range. Agent Smith's in that sort of mid-range specialization. Can do a bit of close range, can do a little bit of long range, but sort of varies in between.
Sure.
So I see Stripe trying to close in a lot of the time with the self-debt once again, with the chainsaw once again. It's really going to come down to how can Carry answer to those pursuits. I think will make or break this matchup very early on. Stripe is able to get underneath the Agent Smith, juggles him a lot. Slowly starting to answer that. There is the use of the hip fire to try and chip away at the Stripe, but immediately we're seeing a strong advantage on the side of Dark Knight, able to get that juggle once again, not allowing Agent Smith to reset at all. Has not touched the stage in about 10 seconds. Finally gets down by 143. Agent Smith does not have the survivability of Iron Giant. Looks like Dark Knight is going to look for that elimination. The self-deck gets him in position. Just avoids the initial overbite, but a downward spike does get the stop for Dark Knight here.
Mike really trying to show Agent Smith how to use a pistol. As Agent Smith learns a thing or two, pushing the spike down towards the blast zone, as Dark Knight has to fight their way back on stage. Carry doing a really good job of edge guarding, but all of a sudden, Dark Knight able to find their way back and rack up a lot of damage with Agent Smith. Quickly bringing Agent Smith up to the 100 damage mark, basically being up a full stock, and that's not where Carry wants to be.
Absolutely, the quickness of the damage that Stripe can cause is truly proven to be an issue. And yeah, it looks like Carry just sort of gave up on that final stock there. So that's going to be a flawless round for Dark Knight, going 2-0 now. One more point is all it's going to take to move them over to finals of the lower bracket. We're seeing another character swap. We're going to go to Banana Guard on this one, and I'm really curious on this pick here, because every time you see Banana Guard go up against Stripe, Stripe has been the favorite to win it. Obviously, anything can happen.
I'm pretty sure Banana Guard has recently also gotten some buffs on the Nubia patch here, and I'm not entirely sure if they're just honestly. Banana Guard keeps getting love, and it keeps feeling like people don't give him a chance. So maybe we see something new from Carry using this character. Once again, has that spear, is able to kind of use these big disjointed hitboxes. They did speed him up a little bit, so it might be enough to make it hard for the spike to punish some of these more middle moves. But I mean, we've seen multiple players, including Conehead, go off with this character.
Oh my god! Carry may have been sleeping on the Banana Guard pick. A very early take, and it looks like we're going for it again. Stripe just able to avoid it this time around, but Carry coming out of nowhere with an early elimination 15 seconds into the game. Could be looking for a second one here. Secures that edge guard. One of the best edge guards we've seen all night. Stripe again just able to survive. Just hanging on for dear life. Now there it is. There is the side dash. It's going to get the elimination for Carry once again. Could be looking at another flawless victory, this time for Carry GF. A really strong start here.
Yeah, what a crazy start. I don't know how many banana guards that Dark Knight has ever faced, but TF Carry's looking like the best one I've ever seen. All of a sudden, able to get a little bit of momentum back. Trying to secure this kill, able to do so, but 76 damage on your last stock is the
Very risky.
Really bringing the damage on himself up, but any little advantage, any way that he can find a way to get another stock, unable to do so in game 3. We'll have to find something in game 4. As Dark Knight probably not ready for the banana guard, because I wasn't ready for the banana guard to do that.
I didn't realize just how much vertical prowess the banana guard has.
I'm still not sure if that's true. I know we watched it happen.
We literally saw it happen. Like, that was like being able to, even if you don't secure the elimination, being able to contain someone like Stripe that close to the edge and still consistently do damage is insane. I mean, we saw how quickly that initial stock went down. So I'm curious what the game plan is here.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Knight might be in the tank a little bit, trying to figure out what the next move is. I'm sure that they're deciding on stages, maybe catching up on some tasks on the website as they go back and forth. It looks like they're readied up, going to the back cave.
We don't often see the back cave this late in the game.
I mean, I like the back cave for Stripe here. It's a little bit wider of a stage too, which does allow Stripe to kind of create a little bit of space, use those saws, use the unpredictability of the dynamite to kind of find a couple of stray hits and maybe combo into a little bit more. But we'll see how Banana Guard opens up the Stripe as a quick 34 from Banana Guard. Into another quick.
Ooh, a soft detonation there. Looked like to try and steal an elimination. Banana Guard was able to stay alive though. But that was a really interesting move from Dark Knight. I don't think we've ever seen something quite like that, at least not this early into the round.
I can't give you a heart attacks like that. Dark Knight, I'm gonna pass out on stream. Evening up this damage though, puts his game as beautiful stock taken by Dark Knight. An excellent use of momentum to bring his character off stage to allow him to use that dare, or combo into the dare, into the elimination. As Carry kind of uses the China to break apart someone he's securing an edge guard for himself. Getting a little yoke. Getting those arms pumped as he uses it to get a little bit of extra damage on Stripe, but Stripe's gun always aims true, especially when he locks onto you, using that dynamite as a combo breaker, trying to get the momentum back in his court. Stripe is a full stock ahead.
It does look like Dark Knight is kind of locked in a little bit, realizes how to best deal with the Banana Gun, and Very nice use of the chainsaw there. But with Banana Guard very good at edge guarding, so Gutaki, oh my god, but that's how much Christ is teaching then. Dark Knight, knowing to come from the center of the stage outwards, went to go for that gun elimination again, didn't follow up, but did get it with the uppercut, and it is going to be Dark Knight that goes through to the final against Chris Horn. The switch to Banana Guard was an incredibly clever play, just wasn't enough to carry it through on this occasion. Dark Knight is going to be proceeding onwards, but very well done from Carrie there.
Dark Knight moving on to face the Shaggy of Chris Hahn in losers finals. Winner of that match goes into grand finals to face Mott's, or Wonder Woman. Not Wonder Woman, sorry. The Harley.
We're both.
I'm-
We're both. It's late for both of us.
We have both been up for so long.
We've been up so long. As much as I do love 5-round matches, I'm growing a little concerned that I may also pass out on stream, but it's fine because we're professionals.
And do you know what professionals do? Keep going. And as we're going on to the next match, Dark Knight versus Chris Hahn. Another explosive set of characters. This one
Yeah.
is one where I think Stripe has to play a little bit more keep away than Stripe may have to in most other matchups, just because Shaggy hits so hard, and one misstep, Shaggy gets that jab off, is able to combo it into his uppercut, or at lower percents, just the up attack into the nair, into the up airs, and it just leads into so much damage. That being said, Dark Knight is also very good at getting those stray hits and racking up damage, and is like very aware of where his character is and which way his character is going to go, and that's pretty consistent for Dark Knight. So I'm
The
excited
other thing,
to see this going on.
the other thing we have to keep in mind is both of these characters have a lot of close in. Obviously we know about Stripe's chainsaw, but the other thing to keep in mind is the utility that both Shaggy's super kick and knee can have. You know, often they're not necessarily used to cause damage, but they're used to either get away from or close distance between you and your opponent. So we could see a lot of chasing here. We do typically see a little bit of chasing with Shaggy Stripe, but we could see a lot of it, particularly with the way Chris Horn and Dark Knight both play. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a super kick and then a chainsaw to follow that, or a self debt to follow that, and just these two making as much use of the space on the stage as possible.
As we're waiting for the next match to start, I'm enjoying these matches, as I'm sure you are too, CJ. And
Oh, absolutely.
if you're enjoying these matches, you can catch them all on the Cracked Media YouTube channel. We upload every single match streamed, and that's the best place to catch the matches that you didn't get to watch. And if you're there, you should also watch our side quest episodes where CJ hates me, basically. I think that's the theme.
Depends on the situation. I will give you. You did very well on Sea of Thieves, and I'm looking forward to getting you back on that in the next couple of weeks.
And
'Cause
then you can also catch the XP Share podcast where CJ definitely hates me.
I just have very strong wrong opinions, but I'm fine with it because also I keep you up to date with the news.
Oh yeah,
So there's that.
best news, the anchor that I know, bar none. Honestly,
But
I learned more about the world from CJ than anybody else.
yeah, that's scary. I quit working in a school a couple of months ago, so
And yet you're still teaching
and
the the quote unquote youth. I'm the
Still
youth. I'm pretty sure I'm older than you, but
pretty sure you're almost without a doubt older than me. I think
the
the
youth.
possibility of anything else is insane. I'm the youngest member of the crack team, but I apparently am the one that carries all the wisdom because the rest of y'all are chaotic.
Those are not mutually exclusive statements. You can be both chaotic and wise. That's like
You
all
can
of,
be,
that's
but
what all
most of
we're
you
all Merlin.
can no, you can be. Most of you aren't, though. Is
We're
the
all Merlin.
difference.
We're all Merlin. Insane and wise. All aging
Mm,
backwards.
that don't think that's how that works, but you have fun with that.
Merlin ages backwards. That's like canon. Well, we go into
Think of
finally
the
our
Benjamin
losers
Button.
finals game. It's looking like the Stripe versus Shaggy as Chris Hahn is choosing his fit.
I
And
mean, that is the most important part of this game is the fashion. Honestly, that's the case with most games. We don't play the game to play the game. We play the game for the cosmetics. Let's be real.
how many hours did you spend in the last character creation screen? I don't
God,
know what
last
game. There's so many games that you
an
played.
hour and a half.
An hour and
Baldur's
a half.
Gate 3, an hour and a half. And you know the best part about it wasn't even to play the character. It was just to make a character profile for D&D. Like I didn't even. That's the thing with Baldur's Gate. I don't even play the character that I make. I just make it. As we get into our lower finals, the winner of this best of 5 will go on to the grand finals to face Mox. Let's see how it goes.
Prepare yourselves.
All right. Now I'm really expecting them to come out swinging right off the bat. But you know, there's a lot on the line. You've made it this far. Losing at
Man,
this
I
point in the
should've
game
learned better
is just
catchphrases.
not something that you really can. It's not what you want to do. It's not. Maybe you lose it early, you feel okay, but at this point, Chris Hahn wants to run back. Dark Knight wants to run back against Mots, and they're fighting for that right as they get a couple of really good combos on one another. And the Shaggy's already at 73, while the Stripe at right behind at 64 damage now. And you can see that they're just poking the crowd and trying to find a good hit. Oh, taking advantage of the dodge. Really reaching for a kill. Oh my god. Just really committing to the lot of these big moves. And Stripe takes the first kill. Honestly, they're not really getting a lot of combos on each other. It's really just these hits here and there. As I say that, Chris getting the uppercut to kill Stripe off the top.
This is the thing with characters like this is you don't necessarily get these long chains that slowly deal damage over time. You just get these massive, explosive, out of nowhere moves that absolutely eviscerate your heat levels. As we see again another uppercut. Stripe is able to dodge away from the second one though. We see that dynamite. He lands it and gets Shaggy in a very dangerous position. Both of these guys in kill range and Shaggy is able to execute it this time. But at 114, it's just going to take one single dedicated strike from Stripe to get Shaggy knocked out of this. Could be looking for a really risky play here to secure an early elimination to try and get that stop. Stripe is able to get away from it though. 50-0 going into the final point in this first matchup. There is the dynamite, there is the detonation. But you gotta remember that Stripe is gonna take that overburn damage over time given away. And that may have been what was the downfall as Shaggy secures the first round in this best of 5. A beautiful, wonderful performance from Croissant.
I like that both of them are really going for these hits. You can see that
Yeah.
Chris Hahn betting it all on the line, knowing that he has an extra stock behind it, finding off stage, not quite getting there, but doing so once again, fully committing to these hard hitting moves, sorry. And you know, it just paid off for Chris Hahn this time around.
Here we go again.
Not to say that Dark Knight hasn't been doing the same thing, it just happened to work out for the Shaggy this time around, or for the game round.
And a really nice combo from Croissant to start this off with a wonderful little cycle going there. Stripe is trying to secure that edge, but Shaggy, very versatile, able to get away from it very quickly. Able to dodge past that buzzsaw, very back and forth, very close for both of these guys. Looks like they went for a downward self-dead to try and get the stock down there. Didn't quite work out. Plays it very risky though and does secure the elimination against Shaggy here. Takes the first stock in round 2, does Dark Knight, and now Shaggy playing it a little more careful. Trying to make that bit of distance to allow the reset against Stripe, both resetting the abilities and the mental. But Dark Knight keeping that pressure up as best as he can, trying to break through the Shaggy once again. Very nice use of the firearm there, and now Chris Horn answers with an uppercut but doesn't secure the stop.
I don't think we've really seen either character go up into the triple digits quite yet.
I don't think so.
As you get the Stripe going aggressive into the Shaggy, putting Shaggy into the killing, but just missing with the self-detonation. Trying to use the chainsaw to get into the Shaggy's range, but Shaggy catching all of Stripe's movement options. Using that gun to close out the second stock. Chris Hahn's
Going in 0-0 on the final stock of round 2. This could go either way. Both fighting for that $50 prize opportunity. A very good knee. An incredible read dodge from Chris there. An amazing execution of a beautiful dodge followed up by another knee. Starting to really stack up that damage, and it's only now that Stripe is able to get a little bit of damage back. Could be looking for that elimination, using the gun very well to try and juggle Shaggy. But Chris Hahn able to get away from it, looks for the uppercut and gets the second round.
What patience from Chris Hahn, waiting for Stripe to dodge towards the stage, able to close out game 2. That's 2 games back to back, very close. Don't let the score deceive you. Both were nail biters. As we go into game 3, we'll see who starts with a lead, but it's anybody's guess who honestly will run away with this set. But Chris has the advantage with 2 games up, only needing 1 more.
Opening up, and Dark Knight knows that they really need to lock in if they want the opportunity to get to the grand finals. Now they basically have to clean sweep the rest of this series. Both playing it very slow, dancing at either ends of the stage, waiting for someone to move in, and it is Chris Horn once again that opens up with the aggression. A very nice dodge there from Stripe, able to get away, but does allow Shaggy to secure the edge, and now Stripe needing to bide their time, wait for their moment, try to use that really large lunge that Stripe has to try and chip away at Shaggy from below the edge. But it is going to take a detonation to try and get to that defense. Gets the first stop though. Dark Knight maybe getting the momentum in these early stages.
That was a great use of the dynamite. Able to set up into a combo that uses the pistol to finally close out that first stock. You know, Chris needs to find a strong move to eliminate the Stripe, while Dark Knight doing a really good job of extending his lead. As we see over and over again, Stripe just swiping at Shaggy. Shaggy able to close out that first stock, but at 92 points of damage, is basically at kill range here. You have to be really careful of this Stripe. Able to catch with the saw. Stripe reaching for the kill. Just needs to find an opening. Done so right there, and does. As he waits for the dynamite to detonate.
Say
Full stock up for the strike. As we go into Shaggy's final stock. Needing to fight for 2 more. Dark Knight does not want to be eliminated just.
And now it looks like Dark Knight is trying to work Shaggy over to the edge of the stage just to try and make that elimination a little bit easier. Try and get that point. Went for the gunshot elimination, wasn't enough, but the downward spike is going to deliver it. Dark Knight gets a point on the board and stays in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's Dark Knight did everything right there. Doing everything in his power to stay in the match, not get eliminated. Needs 2 more game wins, while Chris Hunt only needs 1. So if Chris Hunt is able to make those adjustments and close out this game, he will be moving on to face Mott's, but Dark Knight would rather it be him.
Opening up in round 4 of Sky Arena. I'm so sorry, Gwen.
You're okay. We're doing our best here, as we see him kind of playing around, as we see Dark Knight opening up that first hit, using that dynamite to get a just rush down, a flurry of blows, if you will, getting that Shaggy to 76%. But Shaggy missing the read on the attack, unable to extend his combo any further. Now Stress does have that bomb to help him recover, and he fights his way off the edge of the stage.
Really nice dodge timings we've seen from both of these guys. Stripe was just that little bit more precise on their positioning, able to get that elimination. The first stop goes to them. Dark Knight still trying to stay in this game. They still need to win 2 more if they want to make it to grand finals. Shaggy only needs that 1. Goes in very aggressively, but looks like Stripe's timing is a lot better than we saw in the early stages of the series. Able to avoid those deadly stomps very effectively, very efficiently, and once again using those combos to chip away slowly at Shaggy, gets him into kill range effectively. Already going in for that second stock. Not quite able to follow it up as Chris Horton's able to secure a stock of their own. But 104. Looks like the supercharged shockwave did do a little bit of damage there, but not enough to protect him as Stripe takes a second stock.
Really good job from Dark Knight, as he's able to find that stock lead, getting out of Shaggy's pressure. But now Shaggy putting on the gas, trying to get this stock as quickly as possible while not taking too much damage for himself. But that gun is really annoying to deal with, as Stripe finds his momentum again, getting some of these early hits. Not letting Shaggy land, juggling him across the board. But you know, we take those. Accidentally SD. Still a full stock ahead, and being ahead 100 times is not where you want to be as the Shaggy. A straight hit might lead into a kill at this percentage, as it does right there. I think Dark Knight's just trying to keep you up at this point, CJ.
I'm starting to take it personally. Going into round 5, we might be seeing a little bit of a switch up in either character or stage, but a really nice comeback from Dark, honestly, being able to read it incredibly well, realizing where the threats are coming from when it comes to Shaggy, that close range stomp, that uppercut, and using the lunges in Stripe's kit as more dodges than anything else has been really nice to see.
Yeah, Stripe also using those really big disjointed hitboxes like the chainsaw, like timing them just a little bit further in a space where Shaggy can just like jump in. It's been a really good adjustment from Dark Knight. But as we go into game 5, Chris Hunt is not the type of player to just take those hits, see those changes, and not do anything. As we open up game 1, opening with a saw, we see Dark Knight getting the first hit, evening up the percentage count by igniting himself. But we'll see what Tristan can do as Tristan starts opening up the Stripe. Stripe just swings back. Oh, trying to get this juggle going, almost killing the Stripe there. Momentum in game 5, able to take a relatively good first stock. Now it is Stripe's obligation to take one back, but it looks like I mean, and Dark Knight does it, and Dark Knight does it.
Oh, I also thought that Chris was going to be able to get out of that, but that is the strength of the firearm that Stripe carries. Using that chainsaw now to try and, bait Shaggy a little bit closer to the edge. Both fighting around this edge. Again, using the gun to try and secure it. A very nice use of stereo there as well. Now Stripe playing very risky, able to get the downward spike and get that second stock down. One stock left is all it's going to be for Dark Knight to secure their place in Grand Finals here. Able to play very aggressively, gets past the ledge guard incredibly easy. Shaggy does look for the uppercut finish, but the self-detonation is going to interrupt it. Slowly allows Stripe to continue to chip away at Shaggy. Having that insurance could be the difference between the loss and the win here. Shaggy does get that second stock eliminated, 62-0, going into the final stock with 5 minutes left.
This is a last stock of losers finals. It's anybody's game, but it looks like Dark Knight's starting to stock on the bottom foot. Oh, but has that detonation available. Got parried, but the bomb bailing him out of a strong hit. Oh, 100 damage on the Shaggy, burnt out. That's not where you want to be at this stage of the game. As Dark Knight reverse 3-0s Chris Hahn.
Dark Knight securing their place in Grand Finals. Chris Hahn put on an amazing performance there, but unfortunately for him, Stripe is going to carry it through, and we are going to see the Mott's Dark Knight rematch, Harley versus Stripe.
Now, if I'm Mott's and I'm watching that set in stream, I'm thinking, I need to get CJ to bed. I'm going to take this 3-0 as soon as possible. But remember, Dark Knight has some sort of grudge against CJ, preventing him from going to bed. And Dark Knight will also
Dark Knight's the one that needs to win 2 sets.
Yeah, looking to extend CJ's waking hours by winning this first set and then having to win a second set.
Well, we are going to get our 13th grand final match set up for you, ladies and gentlemen. $50 on the line. Now, obviously, as Dark Knight is coming from losers finals, they are going to need to win 2 sets of best of 5 in order to secure their cash prize. Mott's getting champion's advantage, having won the upper bracket, only needs to win that 1 set if they want to run away with all the gold. Our players look like they're just about ready to go, getting those finalizations sorted, getting their tasks done. And we should be ready to get this all underway.
Now, this is Mott's first time in grand finals in a very long time. And I believe same goes for Dark Knight here. It's been a while since either of them have been sitting in grand finals. And you know that both of them are looking to win that $50 cash prize. But it's all going to depend on who shows up for this match in particular. Mott's wanting to probably close this out as soon as possible. Dodging a couple of those hits. But Dark Knight putting the gas on, getting a really quick 54 on Harley, while Mott hasn't quite done anything started quite yet. as we see Mott kind of trying to play the set play, set up some of these kills, get those bombs out. But, it was really on the back foot as that explosion sends Stripe straight into Harley, ricocheting Harley into the blast zone. And Mott's now getting a little bit of movement back in under his feet, trying to get this kill. Ooh, getting a good couple of hits, bringing Spike all the way up to 110. We're just waiting for Spike to fight back, as we see right here. 66% is not where you want to be, but you are glad that you took that first stock.
Absolutely, and now we're seeing Stripe immediately get another stock on the field. Very close to Dark Knight getting this first point. Mott's having to answer back with aggression of their own, trying to look for that setup for the Ignite, trying to get that overburn. That skateboard able to deflect the projectiles of Harley, a really big defensive advantage going into this matchup, one that could very well make the difference, as it really does just nullify that bat bomb. Getting underneath Harley now, trying to set that juggle up, maybe going for an elimination. Mott's able to survive, desperately trying to get in a position to get any kind of momentum, but Stripe takes it. Dark Knight is going to get the first point.
It really felt like Mott was trapped that entire game, not able to move the way that Harley generally wants to move, not able to set up the way that Harley normally wants to set up. Maybe a little bit overly aware of the kick push of Stripe riding along on that skateboard, eating those projectiles. But I mean, we can clearly see that there's something there. If Mott finds his footing, you know that
You've been training?
Dark Knight is really going to have to play tight continuously to close out the next couple of games, if not both sets.
Time.
As we see Harley opening up, heading the Gremlin down into the blast zone, but unable to close anything out quite yet. Keeping up the pressure, as we see Stripe at 75 points of damage. Hammer comes out, knocking, almost hitting and knocking Stripe away over and over again. Stripe gonna try to use that dynamite to get away, but really just not doing so. Finally able to stick the bomb on the Stripe. Momentum's completely in Mott's favor this game too. As he goes for a big hit there, unable to connect. Stripe really struggling to get anything going. As Harley closes out his second stock. CJ, you might be able to go to bed a little bit earlier than we thought.
Very nicely done from Mott indeed. Dark Knight now trying to play a little bit of catch up. There is the bat bomb though. Gets the detonation in midair and begins the Ignite stack. And again, there is the bicycle kick. There's the hammer, but Stripe is just able to stay alive. Mods could be looking for it again, and again, Stripe just hangs on to the edge, able to break through the defenses of Harley. Finally gets the stock back, but at 103, 2 stocks to 1, Mott's has full advantage on their side. The self-detonation not really doing all that much in their favor. Gets the bat strike in, and there is the point to Mott.
Dominant game. I mean, that's kind of what like I said, once Mott gets moving, Mott starts feeling himself. We're going to see a lot of pressure out of the Harley, and it is Dark Knight's goal to just stop Mott from ever getting to that position. Really trying to stop any momentum, any ability to set up, making sure to keep up the pressure against Mott, but you know, Mott is not the kind of player that allows that to happen so easily. As we see the bomb being immediately planted and all of a sudden Stripe's off stage. And we see now Stripe trying to return the favor. Fortunately, Oh. For Dark Knight, able to get the snipe, able to pop Harley in the head and knock her into the bottom blast zone. Ooh, sticks the bat bomb after the skateboard comes out and able to get a lot of damage off and ignite Stripe. Exactly what Harley wants in this position. And able to even up the stock count. Only 45 damage on Harley. This is kind of where you want to be. Ideally, this is the not so high that Stripe can find a random kill, but now Harley needs to find his opening. He needs to find their way into the game, trying to catch out the dynamite explosion with the Jack in the Box, but unable to capitalize on the setup. As we go in here,
Who's the creep that did that?
Harley just dancing around,
Heads
a little just back and forth, back and forth. If Mott's finds one opening, it's going to be the end of this stock. But Dark Knight's not an easy opponent to find those openings.
Oh, very good throw of the bat bomb there. Brought Stripe right up into an elimination. And that has almost immediately evened up the playing field. And looking for that bat bomb again. Looks like the skateboard was able to nullify it this time. And Dark Knight going for the aerial juggle. Gonna try and finish off this matchup. We see the lineup with the firearm there. And again, that skateboard is used to nullify the bomb. That defensive prowess is proven to be everything. Mott's went for a very risky move there, but it didn't pay off on this occasion. And now Stripe trying to secure that edge a little bit. Mott's using the floating platforms here on Trophy's Edge to just create a little bit of space. But in the end, Dark Knight is gonna get the point there and secure a second one on the stage.
Yeah, I believe that's his forward aerial, just clipping right below the lip of the stage, able to get around that corner and knock the Harley into the bottom blast zone. Motts is fighting back though. We see that every time Motts gets a little bit of momentum, it really feels like he's able to connect these projectile hits into his bat, into his hammer, and get these early kills. But as Dark Knight keeps up the pressure, it's very difficult for him to... I keep caster cursing these people, but as he keeps up the pressure, it's really hard for Motts to get anything done, especially because Motts is not allowed to pull out the bat bomb, not able to bring out the Jack in the Box. As we see them kind of scrap in this corner. Dark Knight on the back foot, but able to fight his way back over and over again, comboing the bat bomb into the up B. Motts takes first blood.
Now Mott's already potentially setting up for another elimination. The self-death sent them right into the Jack in the Box there, and that may have done enough damage to secure some pretty good insurance for Mott. Does take a stock for the trouble though. Looks for another elimination. The self-death saves Stripe this time around. Keeps them in the game, and again the bomb is dealt with. But there is another stock in Mott's favor. 1 minute 10 seconds into the game, and we're already looking at a win condition for Mott. We're basically at a 0-0 standpoint, but Mott's with an entire stock advantage. Could be looking at a very, very quick game in this fourth round of the series. Mott's went for the elimination there, got the ignite on Stripe, but Stripe able to stay alive.
Now, Stripe fighting to reset the bracket here. But now Mott's fighting back, finding these advantages. Oh, trying to catch that roll, but not quite able to do so. Using these long-range projectiles, Stripe is getting a lot of good damage, but now one good hit will end Stripe's stock and close out game 4 for Harley. But Stripe keeps finding these trades and not letting Mott's find quite anything. Oh, dodging straight outside of that bat. There's a little bit of life, not quite connecting with the up attack. able to do it with the bat bomb.
Very, very well timed bat bomb there. Was able to just about finish off the elimination. Without the bomb there, Stripe would have been able to just stay alive. We are going to be going to our 5th round in this first series. Dark Knight, if they can win this, they will basically reset the grand finals, and we'll be doing another best of 5 to decide who the winner's going to be. It's all to play for now as we go into Trophy's Edge. Let's see just what these two are able to do. A very nice opening with the Buzzsaw from Stripe, trying to get that floating platform out of play. Again, that bat bomb nullified by Stripe. That's honestly proven to be one of the greatest strengths that this matchup has right now. Playing very carefully around one another, not wanting to take any unnecessary risks, but Mott's is able to get a little bit of momentum, starts the opening of a combo, and Stripe able to dodge out of it.
Really good use of the Sares from Harley, opening up a lot of these, as he's just playing a little bit of baseball. Using that hammer to hit back the pitch that was Stripes using the dynamite. And now momentum all in Harley's favor. A little over a stock's worth of lead that Harley has here. And it really just feels like Dark Knight's not finding anything. Oh. But now able to get on top of Harley, shoving her down towards the blast zone. But it's 100 damage on the spike. It's actually a full stock. It's 2 full stocks in Harley's favor. Dark Knight needs to find something and find something quick to have a chance to reset this bracket. But opening up from Mott's, getting a quick 47 as Dark Knight finally takes his first stock.
Mott's now getting underneath Stripe, exactly where you want to be. 8 going up to 90 damage. We could be looking at the end of days to Stripe here. A beautiful hammer strike, and that is going to be what seals the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner.
I stink and Harley
Congratulations,
rolls. I
Mott's.
agree.
Mott's found his footing. Mott's was able to feel out the movement and feel out the aggression and use that to finally get a couple of good hits. Game 3 and game 4. Game 5, it really looked like the momentum fully shifted into Mott's favor, and Dark Knight couldn't get anything done. Congratulations to Mott's. Very well played. Dark Knight, amazing gameplay throughout the day. There's not a lot more to say than that.
No, absolutely not. That was really, really well executed from both of our competitors here. Dark Knight obviously clawing back from lower bracket as well to try and go after Mott's one more time. But on this occasion, our 13th champion is going to be Mott's. They're going to go away with a beautiful $50 cash prize, which, very, very well earned. Some really nice plays all throughout the night. Shout out to Carrie as well, who did really well. Chris Horn, who did amazingly today. Gorify, who did very well today. Also,
Gritaku.
Gritaku, Mod Z, who came out of nowhere and did pretty damn well throughout the tournament.